And we're back here once again with another episode of the Cloud9 podcast, season 17, episode 1. So I hope you guys had a great day, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your week that is ahead of you. And in this episode of the Cloud9 podcast, we are going to be talking about Fnatic look disgusting, BFX upset T1, and FlyQuest get crushed, as well as covering, the NBA and some information pertaining to my sex life. All jokes aside, I do want to say thank you to every single person that has watched this show ever since the beginning of when it started, actually. And we are now on 17 seasons. Also, the MSK show and the Cloud9 podcast new episodes will be coming to the podcast platforms after I get done uploading the rest of the MSK show episodes. So the remainder episode of season 16 and the episodes of season 17 of the Cloud9 podcast will come out after I'm done uploading the rest of the MSK show. And thank you guys for your continued support. I know you guys really like the show because you do watch it on the replay quite a bit. So, glad you guys have been here. Whether you watched from the beginning of season 1 all the way until now, thank you for being here. Also, last night we were supposed to do the show, but Chaz, his internet was messing up because him being in Connecticut, if you want to know this, his internet can mess up so hard some days. And he didn't let me know in advance that he might not have been on the show. So, it's okay. Things happen. So he'll most likely be on next week. I know he's been very busy himself. So, yeah, because if you don't do the show that week, whenever you do these kind of things, there's so much stuff that piles up. There's so many narratives that you can't cover that are very key narratives and all this stuff. So you end up just getting so bogged down with everything. That's why when it comes to like movie news and TV show news and all that stuff, I have to write it all down because I'll forget actually. So, but hey, a hot, sexy, rich white man is here to help me today with the show. So how you doing?
I'm doing good. That was a big old intro. That was like a 3-minute introduction, man.
All right, so life is crazy. How is the book coming along?
It's coming good.
You gonna be what? Insert famous author in my name right in my head right now. Good lord, crap! I forgot all of them. You could literally just be the author of like the Housemaid series. There you go. Decent looking lady for her age, writing like woman erotica. Then you'll be famous.
What is going on your head right now?
Oh god. Okay, so I know there's a movie coming up based off a novel called Project Hail Mary, where essentially the premise is like dude wakes up in space and he has like amnesia or something like that. Would that be kind of something like up your alley? Actually, it's gonna have Ryan Gosling in it.
I mean, they're gonna have to a lot. Space movies, kind of like in my mind, always have to compete with Interstellar. So it's gonna be a
Oh wow, good
big
lord.
shoes to fill. I mean, it's just they always have that same vibe, but they can never compete. Interstellar just did it perfectly. When you think about a space movie, like the space vibes and everything like that, my mind always goes back to that. So
It's so weird because in real life, Christopher Nolan is looked at as like a premier director next to like what's crazy is James Cameron and Steven Spielberg still. It's just only on Twitter or Reddit people will actually say they're not good at their craft. Like I will say this to people, even if you don't like their specific style, you can't deny they do have a specific impact on cinema. Like the way, and it actually makes people think about movies differently. Like very few people can actually do that because do people know how hard it is for that to happen in movies? It's very hard given, financing, producers, writers, actors. There's like even on movies, if people have never watched it behind the scenes of how movies are made or TV shows are made, there's directors for like the set design. There's directors for the like PA assistants. Like there's director women for makeup, stuff like that. So when you're talking about people like this, people don't understand these people have made a massive impact on like how people view, movies in general. The last Christopher Nolan movie I watched was Tenet, and it's like I have a weird love and hate relationship with that movie. Like that movie straight up just could have I don't even need it to be that long though. I do feel like people like him make movies unnecessarily long because they somehow in their brain think that a longer movie just means a better movie, and it's like, no, not really. It just makes a much more longer, drawn out movie, for whatever reason. I do think other, it's also, and I do like people like Michael Bay, because they're able to do a different kind of style of movie that gets the other type of person thinking like, okay, I'm fine with this too, So I think all approaches are fine, but it just depends on how the approaches are executed. I've never been a person where I've just preferred one specific thing only. I'm a person where I do like and like kind of like all different styles, but I do have my own preferences. But all of it's decent too. What about Quentin Tarantino, the guy that did Django? Do you think he's
Quentin Tarantino is amazing. He just likes feet, from my understanding.
That guy's ego is.
It's honestly, I'm not gonna lie, it's deserved. Like he genuinely is one of the
all
better.
These guys actually have. What's crazy is when someone says their favorite actor or actress or director or writer doesn't. It's like, guys, they all have egos. Like I don't even know. The only person I think that doesn't really have that is like Keanu Reeves, because he doesn't really like talk at all. So also, I think recently there was a lot of actors and actresses that have been like declining to comment on politics, and I've said this for many years. Like, be honest here, no one really cares that much about what celebrities say, and you probably shouldn't be speaking about these things. Not because you're not allowed to; it's because like if you divide your audience in a specific way, they're not gonna go watch your movie potentially. Like, and we know how bad it is now for a lot of movies, because a lot of movies now are not doing well box office wise. And people have to understand, like back when I was younger, literally if a movie just had Brad Pitt in it, people would just go and see it. People had like Angelina Jolie, they would just go and watch it. Now for some reason, if the movie stars aren't the attraction of the movie, then people just don't go. And that's a big problem. Your movie stars that you hire are supposed to be the attraction. That kind of like is a pseudo, as people would say, a pseudo, marketing tool.
You know how to say that word.
Good Lord.
Wow.
Yeah, because without your marketing tool, which is what you're paying the actors also for, like, if people don't like Mark Ruffalo because he's saying retarded politics shit, they're not going to go watch him anymore. It's just, people are just like that now. Like, is it right or wrong? That's not for me to decide.
Honestly, I'm going to tell you right now, most people won't even know he said anything.
I mean, we're a little bit more like a lot of people are on the internet now, so it might be a little bit more
say all of these things that they're like, oh man, this guy said stuff. 90% of the time, the only reason their numbers go down is because they're not on good movies, and then or the studios that they're in are scared, so they preemptively don't bring them on projects because they think it's going to be a bad idea. But reality is, anything you say online, 90% of the time, it doesn't even make a difference. People don't actually.
Well, the second thing you said,
to stop.
But the second thing you said, like the studio may hesitate to kind of bring this person on, it's because they're looking at that. They actually have like, I'm not even making this up, people. There was do you remember there was this one show called like The Nevers that was produced by Josh Whedon or something like that, or it was another Netflix show. Was it Netflix? No, my bad. Oh my god, it was HBO Max, and I remember like there was an HBO Max show that got not good enough reviews for HBO Max standards or HBO in general. And there was an executive who even blatantly admitted he just made Twitter accounts just to yell at people because they didn't give the show decent enough reviews. I do believe these people have paid certain individuals to go on Twitter or Reddit.
It's not, half of them are not even like, just so we're to the point, like 90% of the time, they have a large amount of bots that will go around saying stuff because they are programmed to do it now.
Mm-hmm.
It's
and they, what's crazy? They get all the and people are always wondering, why is this brand new account blowing up like this? And 9 times out of 10, I think it's because a certain studio is paying potentially someone or potentially having someone create a lot of accounts to just kind of drive traffic. Like it happens almost every day. Like a random person with a Spider-Man profile picture will just start getting a bunch of traction. And hey, like, I'm not jealous. I don't really care because, you guys know I don't really do this for like views or anything. I kind of just do it for like the love of the game. But I find it really weird that a person just comes out of nowhere and just gets a whole bunch of traction saying the most basic shit that I myself say every day in tweets. Like, if I tweet out, I think Spider-Man Homecoming is mid, it'll get like 5 likes, 1,000 views because I do have a decent little following, right? But another random person will go, you know what? I think Homecoming was mid. Hot take. And then they'll just blow up. And I'm sitting there going like, you didn't say anything. You didn't say anything different than I did. I still don't know why that's possible, but it has to only be because someone is paying someone and paying for like their advertising. Because I remember you had talked about this a lot, where you had said that advertising is a big reason why a lot of these accounts get pushed. Like on Amazon too, you can literally just sort of pay and basically cheat the system. Where Amazon,
I mean, you can cheat the system. You can literally you can become a successful YouTuber by just paying. Like that's the big money. Twitch, YouTube, all these things. At the end of the day, they just cost money now. You pay a decent amount of money. It's the upstart that really matters. Once you pay that upstart, you've already made it, and then you start gaining like normal followers. Obviously, but most of them are bots, and that's the big thing. I mean, like you look on YouTube, you'll see all these new accounts popping up on like your pages you've never seen before. They have like 5 to 10 videos total, and they like the initial ones getting like hundreds of thousands of views. It's because they're buying bots on the initial video, getting their algorithm to the point where YouTube believes they're an up-and-coming star, and then they get shoved onto your page. It's very common, especially in shorts, because that's where most of the creators are now. Like, very common in shorts. People will have what's it called? Their videos at the beginning, like 2 million views off the bat. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, I don't believe all of that is organic, guys. I just don't believe that. I see it all the time. Facebook has it too. Like a random person or a girl, a random new female just pops up and then just blows up. And I don't even know if that's a real person for the most part. Twitter is even worse with it because it'll be in any let's say fandom you're in, especially superhero stuff. It's the worst in that. Just a random account pops up and then just gets a lot of traction. Just either one that is super pro studio because they suck people off for free access, or one that is like always trying to be the guy that's not a contrarian, but it's like the person that just isn't. He's like anti-corporation. One guy's more pro it. It's oh god, it's fucking disgusting. Oh, I don't think
anybody's pro corporation unless they're a maniac.
To be fair, all those bands and musicians we grew up with, a lot of those guys had songs where they're like, fuck the man and all that stuff. But these people ended up being like instant, like, hey, we're gonna just.
It's easy to like be bitter about the rich people when you're looking up from the bottom, but it's kind of hard when you're looking eye to eye level with them by the end of it. That's the problem.
Yeah. I remember there's what's the people that did American Idiot, that song?
Green Day?
It was a Green Day, yeah. Always in their lyrics talking about government bad, this is that and the third, and then ended up just because Trump became president, they're all like pro-government and all that shit. It's like I don't actually believe any of those musicians sometimes. They have one stance when they don't have money, then they get money, they have a completely different stance because people don't actually know, even if you're a Democrat or a Republican, it doesn't matter. Money does change people. That doesn't matter what side of political aisle you're on. Money does just change people in general. Now, is it for good or bad? Well, depending on the Epstein files, probably bad. Actually terrible. Apparently, our politicians are eating people.
Good we Lord. Don't know. Just so you know, to be actually
allegedly in Minecraft.
No, it's not even allegedly. It's not true. It's stupid that anybody actually fell for that. If you actually look at the files, look inside of there, all of those
I've read a little bit, actually.
Yeah, all the ones that everybody's talking about specifically in that area came from somebody calling in on a hotline, and that's the only thing. It's like, I think these people are eating people. No, come on. There's the ones that you might question are the ones for Prince Andrew, but even then, those are no one's actually showing it. There's no proof of it. It's just some guy calling it in. People are like, oh wow, what's his name? Jones was true. Jones was right. Jones could have been the guy calling it in. Jones could be the reason it's in there because he called in.
And that's the problem I have with the Epstein files is like these files have been asked for by a lot of people for a long time. And the fact that they would even let that even be a factor into the files already, like, if you guys don't, so if you guys don't actually know this, okay, so essentially in the Epstein files, I'm not saying everything is wrong or right. I'm not even saying I associate with any of that stuff. I don't. I just want to make sure you guys understand this, though. The FBI literally allowed, just here's an example, and they actually allowed a literal lunatic lady. People know I shit on women constantly, and I will for sure shit on this woman. They allowed a lady who just is known for blatantly making up lies. Factually, you can look her name up. I'm not going to name her name because that'd be doxing. We don't do that. You can look up her name. She is known for being a liar. That is a factual thing. And the FBI let that actually be in the files. Why are we allowing that? I don't understand why that is just allowed. So that lady could, like, what is going on?
You understand what the files are? The files are a culmination of different information they've done during their time researching Jeffrey Epstein. They have literal, news articles that have nothing to do with anything. It's just the fact that Jeffrey Epstein shared them. Have nothing to do with him or anything. Just all these things. There's millions of documents. We're not going to be able to get to the bottom of it because it's saturated with a lot of stuff. That's the biggest problem with this. People are like, the big problem is the more prominent you are, the more your name shows up.
Did you see that Epstein one? There was one about there was one that everyone has the image of. Guys, that's not legitimate. I'm not defending Epstein. That's not legitimate. That is just someone's porn parody in a video. That's it.
Yeah.
That's all that was.
I mean, there's a lot of stuff like that. Like the big one, just realize the only thing we know for sure is that apparently Jeffrey Epstein did not like Trump.
He didn't.
That's all we know.
And ultimately, we know this to a certain degree because they were, I mean, from the media, as they were pointing out, they were really close. Just want to point out to you guys, the media gets their talking points from people, but even if I were to believe that they were close at one point, that just goes to show you that even if you are close with someone, whenever money and power gets into the conversation, someone could just instantly turn on you. Like just that. If they were that close, apparently, and money and fame came into it, like who knows if he was an agent for all that stuff? Like who knows, honestly? Because
there's a very high chance this man was a spy for something.
You don't want to say for those people. A lot of people think it was for those people,
I mean, he is Jewish. That's just I'm not trying to say anything, but I think it's it could be the FBI, the CIA. Very possible with that. I don't know anything about it. I'm not somebody like, I don't believe in the crazy conspiracies about they rule the world or anything like that. I just don't. But I wouldn't put it against them to have somebody like Aspire, because it makes sense. Every country probably we have millions. We probably have millions of spies everywhere. I don't put it against them. I don't fault them for that. I fault them for if they were funding this stuff.
Well, it's also because people need to understand the reason why I brought this up in past episodes of not this show. We don't want to talk about this stuff here on the other show. Is because people understand if someone like that is batting for another country's interest while acting like they care for ours, you cannot do that. It is a conflict of interest, and it's something that, like I said before, it's something that you simply can't do. Not just based off moral principle, but you're actually. There's another word for it too. I can't think about it right now because it's early in the morning. I'm old, and my wife I just blew my wife out. My back, obviously.
People are like really strung up about like Israel. It's actually insane to me.
But like in this specific case, people don't understand how bad that is actually, because that means he is like lobbying for potential interests that maybe this country doesn't care for versus what they care for. It's a lot of stuff. But like I said before, if the FBI is literally allowing ladies that are known liars just making up stuff in there, it's like once I figured that out, it's like how could I believe any of this stuff? There was one that I read. do you remember reading the one where it was like the little girl thought that Jesus was gonna come save her and they dressed her up like Jesus and they raped her and killed her? Like, I hope
I
that
did
didn't
not hear
happen.
about that.
I really hope that was one that I read. I was like, I hope that didn't happen. I really hope none of this happened. But then again, something happened. But it's just hard to pin down like what happened because they allowed liars to be in there, and it's like, why are we allowing liars to be in this? Like, what is going on? Like,
They're
the
not.
fact I
They're
don't even know.
grabbing every piece of information that is related to Jeffrey Epps. That's just what it is. Just realistically, what we actually know is that Ghislaine Maxwell was in charge of Reddit for God knows how many years. I mean, she for well, not decades, but like eight, maybe a decade. She was in charge of it. She was like one of the original people. She was a power moderator. She created the I hate Donald Trump. It's not really called that, but like the one where they're hating on Donald Trump.
The subreddits for hating it,
yeah. She created a lot of stuff. The only thing we know right now is that, and that's what's it called? That's pretty much guaranteed at this point, considering how it correlates with her. But she doesn't like Donald Trump.
She hasn't
paid to go on here.
Right? She hasn't testified. I don't think she has. Right?
I mean, she's not going to. They might bring her on. Possibly.
They won't. The problem here is like
somebody might pay her.
I mean, I honestly believe he's still alive. That's always been my position. I think he's still alive.
I mean, it's possible. I don't believe anything, but it's possible.
Yeah, man. Given how many ties he had to potentially all this stuff, no, there's no way that guy's dead. No way. There's
I mean, there's a thing in the Epstein files about how somebody reported that the man got away.
Mm-hmm. We never saw a body. We never saw an autopsy. None of that stuff. He's definitely, because keep in mind, someone that smart would just not let himself die in jail like that. Like there's just no way.
Somebody that smart wouldn't have got caught in the first place. To be fair.
Yes, but then again, when you run an empire that big, like there's a little crack always tends to happen at some place. I know, but it's like I just don't believe he's dead. There's just no way, absolutely no way that guy's gone. But then again, the person who ends up being the fall person is his wife. Also, I want people to understand. I know Trump is mentioned multiple times. I know you guys don't like this guy. Just keep in mind, other people, other celebrities and musicians you like are also in there too. Jay-Z is in there. He surprisingly he appeared at the Super Bowl like last week. Just saying, just because you were in there doesn't mean you actually did anything. Like, I don't know, if me and you went to a party, go to a friend's house, and something bad happened at a friend's house, that doesn't mean just because we were there, we automatically knew what was going on. That's not how that works, you know? Like, did people like Whoopi Goldberg was like, I'm in the Epstein files. I didn't do anything. I mean, they don't use that leverage for Trump. Like, okay, yeah, just because you were there doesn't mean you did anything. Yeah, that should be plausible, right? But given the
anybody who's a celebrity during that time is probably going to be in there because Jeffrey Epstein was a very rich man. He was prominent. He was everywhere, and he was a investor who essentially brought people onto his
Elon Musk
his island. What's up?
Elon Musk is a weird one too because he said he never been there, but he was asking to go. Now
we don't know if that's true,
and we don't know.
That's another one that is not confirmed. People are acting like everything that's in the files is true. We don't know. Not a single. If everything in the file is true, then we need to nuke America. That's all I have to say. If every single thing is true,
but
take down a.
Well, so then also, and I know people have asked about proof. It's like, how do you kind of get proof for these things? It's impossible. You can't. I don't know how you get proof for these things.
People are like, yeah, we need to do something. If everything, nothing in these files is true, nothing in these things has substantial evidence. Anything that is in these files was at like a small amount of information that that the CIA gathered during their investigation. They concluded that nothing happened. That was the CIA's overall. Just by the way, I mean, I'm just realistically, we have the information they did. We don't know anything.
Yeah, it sounds like when TSM got in trouble in the league, and they were like, Reginald's like, we investigated ourselves. We found no wrongdoing. That's what that sounds like. Hey, I investigated myself. Nothing bad happened. Holy shit.
Realistically, we don't know anything. Everybody's like, yeah, for sure something happened. But what?
Yeah.
We don't have any proof.
Yeah.
I'd like to know. I would like to see something. of substantial evidence
I will
besides
just say this.
pictures of guys from in Hiltons with Jeffrey Epstein. A picture with guys with Jeffrey Epstein, that's not moving me. Everybody has a picture with him.
For me, I've kind of thought about like this. I think I put it out on Twitter. I think it was a caption that went like, if nothing happens because of these files potentially, or no one's indicted under any circumstance, I'll be honest with you guys, because I know that's what you guys want. Keep this in mind. If none of that happens, then nothing will ever happen. Point out, if anybody did any of these bad things that is alleged in these files, I'm not saying it's, for legal purposes, in my opinion, or didn't happen, nothing will happen, honestly. Like, keep in mind, if all this did happen and nothing happens, it's bad. It's really bad, honestly. But then again, nothing was going to happen, though. Like, I want to be honest here. Nothing was going to happen to any of these people. Because keep in mind, they're all super connected. They have super powerful lawyers that could easily get them off in most cases anyway. Like, I never thought, even if they came out, anything was going to happen, because, like, statute of limitations apply in different states differently as far as, like, how much you can actually utilize the case to a certain extent. Like, oh, good lord.
A lot of this stuff would be exempt from that, because it's when you get a large amount of information from a what's it called like this, you do actually get the ability to prosecute them. But the problem is that the reason that no one is actually getting prosecuted is because there's no actual proof.
Yeah, there's no actual
proof. It's all hearsay,
like, witness
and
testimonies and all that stuff. Yeah,
like, I'm not saying that none of this happened. I think a lot of this stuff could have possibly happened. I think there's definitely some true stuff in there. But the problem is that people are coming at this like everything that is in the Epstein files is real. Like, most of it's literally just not even accusing people. Most of it's just information that is not relating to any of this stuff.
You know what's crazy? A lot of people actually they're actually very critical of Candace Owens and, like, how she's been critiquing Turning Point USA and Erica Kirk, only to just then turn out to be like that. Her, isn't that just what Candace Owens is doing essentially?
I know what you're saying. Just so you know, I don't like Candace Owens at all.
No. But like that's the same thing, right? Like, because she says she gets tips from people, and then she kind of, I don't know, in her own words, goes off of a conspiracy about them. That's the same thing that this is, essentially.
But it is, exactly. And the problem with Candace Owens, I agree with that fully, is that Candace Owens is literally a conspiracy theorist. That's what her job is now. Thank you. Candace Owens is a conspiracy theorist. Same thing with Alex Jones. But she's just Candace Owens is a little less abrasive than Alex Jones. That's why I think she's accepted more. But she's the same thing. She's in the same vein.
Oh, he hates her now, apparently.
I don't care. They still do the same role. They still play the same role.
It's just so weird to have people saying they don't like Candace Owens, but adopt the same principle that she has with the Epstein files. It's like,
yeah, I agree.
That's what Candace Owens, like, where's your proof that Erica or TP USA did these things? She's like, well, I got tips from people. I mean, if someone doesn't like someone, they could just make up anything about that person.
Yeah. And just so you know, the people that are her tips are also in the Epstein files. They are. That's where her tips go. They also are getting documented.
Hey, I don't know. Erica is a weird person. I don't know. Like, I've seen too many women. I've seen too many women act like that. I've seen a lot of women act like that.
Act like what?
I don't know. She's giving off not so good vibes.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm going off vibes, man.
Well, yeah, but you can't read vibes, so that doesn't matter. Why do you have that?
No, I don't know. I mean, I'm not saying she did or didn't do anything. I'm just pointing out a lot of powerful women come off the way she does. Where you don't.
I don't think I've ever looked at her and been like, man, I despise her. The only thing I think really people say are like, man, she doesn't care that her husband died. And I'm like, okay, is she like? The big thing about it, if you're religious, you think that you're going to meet them again. So you're going to be less, obviously you're heartbroken, but you're not going to be, and I am destroyed for the rest of my life. A lot of people are like that. I mean, it's a very, very big thing, especially when we were in church, when people's husbands and wives would die, they would be heartbroken. Yeah. They would get past it because they're like, eventually we're going to meet again. It's a little easier. If she was not religious, I think her position would stand a little differently. I couldn't tell you. I mean, like, I don't know if she feels sorry. I'm not going to say she does or doesn't, but the fact that people are guaranteeing that she isn't is insane to me.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I just tell people, hey, I wouldn't put it past anything happening because they were like Charlie Kirk was very very influential to a lot of people. So he had ties to a lot of people too. He was apparently at a certain point was helping Trump run stuff. I was like, that's pretty powerful. So I don't know. Also, going to the next thing, Absolute Batman. People have asked me because like we did review Absolute Batman issue 11. Absolute Batman is very good.
It is
Very, very good. I Absolute Batman issue 17 comes out today. That's going to be because that happened with Absolute Batman when it first started. You had the Black Mask arc, then you had that little small Mr. Freeze arc, then you had Bane, and now it's going to be Poison Ivy for a little bit for 2 issues, and then you're going to apparently Court of Owls is going to be on the table, and then
how are they doing that?
I don't
know.
How
does it function in this world?
And then after, because Scott Snyder just revealed the cover of Absolute Batman issue 20, and it has a giant R.
I'm trying to figure giant R.
Robin, that's what it means.
No, I know, but I don't understand.
I don't get. You know what? I'm just in for the ride. I like to see.
I'm so confused by this entire world. Sometimes they start giving you hints, and I'm like, what? They're just throwing everything's here. I should just assume everything's in. We're going to get a.
How is this not different from like a Transformers Michael Bay movie? Everything just comes throwing at you.
Oh, this is straight up. Honestly, this feels like Dragon Ball Heroes sometimes. That's what it is.
So this is the cover for Absolute Batman issue 17. Absolute Batman issue 18. There's going to be a cover here, apparently, that pays homage to Chainsaw Man. Right here. Oh, that's awesome. Look at that. It's beautiful. Good Lord. I'm probably gonna get cover B. I usually get the A cover, but I might cover B looks so good. I might get this cover. Good Lord. I don't know how anyone could read this digitally. Holding these is fucking awesome. So
what are you, a 90-year-old grandma? You know what? I don't understand why these young boys don't like their physical books.
Holy shit.
I'm just saying that's what you sound like. You gotta get the physical copies.
R. Just R.
That stands. I could see you wearing that.
After Court of Owls, we're probably getting Deathstroke because Deathstroke has been mentioned quite a bit in the series already. So Deathstroke's probably coming at some point.
Well, I mean, Batman is going to fight every single supervillain. He's going to, because they're milking this now.
I'll be honest here. The Absolute Bane arc, I know a lot of you guys think superhero stuff should be like lighthearted and funny. Oh god, well, Absolute Batman probably ain't gonna be for you. Just pointing out, when you get to Absolute Bane, woohoo, man, just wow. The fact, okay, if they don't make this into some sort of like animated series or movie, that would be one of the biggest like missteps I think in modern Batman history. Like, they should do something, because I know DC under like James Gunn isn't going to be doing all those many like animated movies they used to do back before he took over, but they should do something with Absolute Batman. They should definitely capitalize it. Also, Absolute Batman doesn't have what the main continuity Batman has on it, where you have to have like a bunch of this history to kind of think about when it comes to the character. You can kind of just jump on. Oh, I like it. Absolute Batman's a certified hit. I like it a lot. A lot of people have told me Absolute Superman got better. I read issue 1. I thought issue 1 was very bad, but apparently issue 1 got way better. So that's after issue 1, it got way better. So that's good. Yeah. So my pull list coming up this week. Woof. It's a little big. So I'll make sure Absolute Batman is there. All right. So are you reading any other Absolute title besides Absolute Batman?
No,
That's it.
I was going to get into Superman, but I still haven't done it.
Oh, okay. Okay. Good Lord.
Did you get into Wonder Woman?
I read the first 3 issues. Issue 1 was really good. Issues 2 or 3 were all right. But then again, these things are like in 5-issue arcs. So I have to kind of also remember in my brain go, okay, I have to finish it out. But that was the one where I haven't finished buying all of the single issues. That's the series where so I've bought all of Absolute Batman, Superman, Martian Manhunter, Flash, which I did like. I did like that one a lot. And Green Lantern. Absolute Wonder Woman was the one where I stopped buying it after 10 issues, and I went, I'll probably just buy this when it comes out in a collected edition, so probably just get it trade or hardcover. I'll be like, I do that with the Transformers Energon universe. I usually get those in trade. But to be fair, I would probably always end up getting them in trade anyway because it just looks better and it's easier to pull them out. If you guys don't know, there's that's Court of Owls. That's where you have that's Batman Hush. Then you have that's the Sabu Sama. That's the Spectacular Spider-Man era. Good lord, man. Court of Owls. Good lord. Woo! What an amazing story that is. God fucking damn it. Story's so good. All right. So we're gonna cover the LEC just for a little bit here. Pointing out here, the LEC looks like crap. I don't even know how to even say it. This is terrible. Will things
Yeah, you didn't like
better?
the G2 series? I want to point out, I'm going to point this out. Can you still talk trash about Calist?
He looks better now.
He looked good last year. You're crazy to think that he didn't.
I think he looks legitimate now.
He looked legitimate last year. The fact that you didn't realize that when I told you, I was telling you he's like nuts. Not even good. He was nuts last year.
You want his nuts? What?
There was no argument for who got Rookie of the Year last year.
He was gonna get it regardless. He was like the only standout rookie though, and besides Skewmond, unless you're gonna give it to him.
Not even close. They weren't even the same stratosphere.
So like I think he's actually been playing good this year. Actually,
Calist had the single highest KDA in the world.
He was playing Sivir and Ashe. You know how easy that is to get on.
Get that. It is the hardest. The hardest. First of all, I don't know why you brought Ashe into that. It is the single hardest role in the game to not die on.
No,
he died so little.
Do you know who also got a great KD on Sivir? Was Reckless.
Reckless was amazing back then.
Let me bring up the playoff bracket right now. Okay, so this is another problem that the LEC regular season actually had. So based off how the standings went, because best of ones and everything, a lot of people thought that certain teams were weaker or stronger. G2 actually came in. Fun fact, guys, this is the very first split. G2 actually came into the playoffs not in the top 4. Do you know how many years G2's been in the league? Just last year, it was the first time they ever actually went 0-2 in a regular season. They always went 2-0 or 1-1. So keep in mind, G2 coming in as a 7th seed, people are going to be like, they're probably not that good. And you will be correct in that assumption. They actually weren't that good in the LEC versus stage. Didn't even matter. Didn't matter at all. They just kind of beat the shit out of those guys. Oh, God. That was not good.
The problem is that half of these teams are just testing stuff out in these beginning splits. We're gonna see who's actually good when the splits actually matter, which is the last split.
Oh, I mean, Nook thought it mattered a lot when they lost to Las Ratonas when he crashed out quite a bit. I'll say that.
Yeah, people are calling Las Ratonas a stupid meme team.
He actually straight up said he was going to blow his brains out because he lost a regular season game. So it just shows these people do care. I'm not saying they don't.
It's specifically Los Ratonas they didn't want to lose to.
He literally was just talking about, I'm going to blow my brains out.
Yeah, because if it had been any other team, obviously they lost before. They just literally that game specifically. Los Ratones, no one wants to lose to them because they're not a serious team.
I mean, KC beat GX yesterday. That was like I was before. I don't think GX is good at all. They only have like Noah and Jun. Noah and Jun, if they lose in a 2v2, that's kind of it. Jackie's is just not good. There's no way you can convince me you can win a split with Isma. It's just not going to happen. Lot is just a worse version of what Impact is, honestly. Karmine Corp is weird too. So I do think, why I think Calist got a little bit better? I think it's because Calist has Busio now. That's why. Because I think Targamas was bad.
I don't know how to tell you this. He was good last year.
Targamas was bad. Targamas was not good. I think Targamas made him look a little bit worse too. But it's crazy because now he has Busio. He looks a lot better.
I think you're crazy. This man was good last year.
You don't think there's that much of a difference between Targamas?
Oh, he's way better he's better this year. But the fact is,
they also
he was good last year.
in mind, guys, they have the C9X coach, good old. To be fair, them grabbing Reaper and Busio meant they kind of just won the offseason, honestly. But it's weird. I don't think Yike is playing as good as people think he is. I don't think he's been playing good at really at all, honestly. I think what's the guy's name? Kiahu? He's been all right, actually. I do think a good reason why Karmine Corp wins because of their bot lane and top lane. I think the mid jungle, I'm not really sold on them yet. Now, maybe Kiahu gets stronger throughout the year, but Yike's not been as good. He's been very ropey in some of these games, but they did end up winning. I don't like Karmine Corp at all. Their French people are so disgustingly cringe. Oh my god, I hate these people. Why do we let them I can't say on YouTube, good lord. Moving on, Na'Vi beat Fnatic. For some reason, guys, I want you guys to really understand how stupid Fnatic is. Fnatic finally got what they wanted when they got Caps. Because, come on, Fnatic took a chance on Caps. He ended up becoming, like, the best player in the LEC ever. Then they've always wanted to find another player like that. They found Poby when no one would give him a chance. They're like, you know what? We'll take a chance on this guy. I'll be honest here. They probably only took a chance on Poby because he was really cheap. T1 probably sold him for really cheap, honestly. He didn't look that bad. He minus a few mistakes here and there. He didn't look that bad. Come on, he was a meme before. He was not good in the LCK when he substituted for Faker. He wasn't awful in the challenger scene, but you're like, I don't know if this guy is going to be good. I said, in the LEC, since the LEC is so bad, there's a good chance he could be a top 4 mid laner. It's not out of the realm possibility. Then Fnatic kick him for Vladdy, after winner and first stand last year, just has had diminishing returns. They kick Poby for Vladdy, have Vladdy, suck with Vladdy, then lose to the same guy that they just kicked last split. What? You took a chance on Poby. You should get their benefits of having him. Fnatic don't want that. They got rid of him for I don't know what reason. People said, get rid of him because of Vladdy. Yeah, Vladdy had a good 2 months last year. Ever since first stand, it's just been like what my wife does to me when she's blowing me, just down, just deep throat and getting destroyed. I still can't understand the logic of getting rid of him. At Worlds, remember you said when he was at Worlds, he was playing really good? Why? I don't understand.
I will say I didn't think he was as good as he was playing above his level at Worlds. I will say, but
and they saw that and went, you know what? We don't need.
It's weird to kick him after he had such a good showing. In my opinion,
he came in. He looked a little nervous. He got his strength. He got, I would say, his stride back, and they got rid of him for a player that didn't even make. What's crazy is, guys, you'll remember Poby when they had him on Fnatic, beat Vladdy, and that's the reason why Karmine Corp didn't go to Worlds, which, to be fair, Oscarinin had his only good series ever. Also that series too. But isn't that weird? They kick a guy for beating a guy last year and then take that other guy. I just don't get it. Oh, their org is just full of morons. Their org is full of morons.
It's what it is. They want to be the best in the world. If you want to be the best in the world, you got to shoot for the best players in the world. And they are like, that's just what it is.
At the end of the day, a player that hasn't been good in months.
They thought the upside was bigger. I can see what they were thinking because you think you know what you got with Poby. Poby had a good showing at Worlds. Do you think he's going to get better? Because his good showing at Worlds is not good enough.
And also keep in mind when we always talk about Worlds here, Worlds is an isolated event for only a certain amount of time. Like some how much people weigh all that.
Some people do get better from Worlds. When you go into those high press situations, perform well, you come back and you're better. You don't know if that's going to happen, Poby. Do you bank on that, or do you say, I want to get somebody who I think has bigger upside? I can see what they're trying. I'm not going to fault them for that. It didn't work out, obviously. I don't think it's going to work out. I mean, we still don't know for sure. It's not.
And keep on, they're still spring and summer, but and to be fair, these still the rest of playoffs too, because there's a lot of games too. It's just Vladdy had already started showing signs of declining in spring. Then in summer, it was pretty apparent, and then when it came to playoffs and they did make Worlds, they had all that drama with that one coach. Well, Fnatic, this is what you get. It was crazy. Is Fnatic have even worse roster? Like Imperios, is he better than Oscarinin? Maybe. I don't know.
It just doesn't make any sense that they're getting. Like, I feel like at the end of the day, they got rid of people because of vibes, because they didn't mesh well with. I'm not joking, because of upset.
Ah,
They didn't mesh well with upset, and he kicked out 2 people. He kicked out the two essentially.
sorry. Mickey X willingly wanted to leave.
Yeah, probably because of upset. All 3 people. He's
They're
like, I'm okay with Razork. Everybody else has to go.
and what's crazy is Razork and Upside don't even agree on how to play the game. It's crazy at all. What's apparently happened is like they just kind of don't talk. What kind of team do they have? This is horrible. Like Imperios, is he better than Oscarinen? I guess he can win more laning phases. I don't know how much that really gets you, but sure. Razork, just good lord.
Hey, but they're from the same place. They got Imperios and what's it called?
Fatality.
Imperios and what is his name? Vladdy from the same place.
Oh, Imperios was Vladdy's ex-teammate on one of the I think challenger teams they came up with. So
Yep,
Imperios is probably only here because of nepotism.
I don't know. Maybe. I mean, it's just it's weird to get rid of a rookie.
He was just cheap. That's it.
Yeah, I'm saying it's weird to get rid of a rookie in my mind. It didn't have that bad of a season.
It's just crazy. And do you remember the last split in the LEC where they only played like 4 weeks and then they went to playoffs really quickly?
Yeah.
It's like, how do you judge a player off of? I came out. Well, there is scrims and there's practice. I'm not saying there's not, but it's such a weird split to judge players on when the format was so bad that it's like, how do you even? Come on, Popey got them to Worlds. It wasn't that they gambled on a player that completely failed their organization. They gambled on a player that got them to Worlds. It wasn't like they didn't make it. They did. Come on. IG guys only got a chance to play in Worlds 1 series, but Fnatic got a chance to play in three series. Good lord, help us all, please. But Na'Vi, they ended up beating Fnatic, and they're gonna face MKOI. The MKOI, oh good lord. What did you think about the whole Chrono Break thing?
At the end of the day, it had to happen. It just was the worst thing that ever happened. I feel really bad for them. I'm not gonna lie.
And you guys know me, I am the number 1 Vitality hater. They're actually not that bad this year. They're actually currently right now, because it could pan out later in the year to get really bad. But they're not that bad of a team. Nako is what, like first best top laner. Linsis, solid jungler now. Humanoid actually bounced back from not being on Fnatic, so that's good. Carzzy and Fleshy aren't that bad of a bot lane. They don't have a bad team. It's actually a decently well-constructed team. That was the worst thing to happen ever. I mean,
they were severely worse than the bot lane they were playing, in my mind.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Yeah.
I mean, Supa's arguably, in my mind, like one of the best ADCs in the league right now.
It's so weird how people don't give him any credit, though. It's not a bad ADC, though. Like, I don't think he definitely deserves to be in the ADC. I think the big problem with MKOI is their top lane. Like, Merwin is just, God, he's just not anything anymore. Like, what is he? He just can't really do much. Jojo Pion is their team is very glass ceiling. Like, their team, I always describe them as like, so it's like this deck in Yu-Gi-Oh called Mermail before what it is now currently. It's a deck where if it goes off, it looks very beautiful. But if it doesn't go off, it just looks kind of very bad and mid. That's kind of their team. If they don't actually have a genuine lead, they also struggle closing out from ahead too. So I don't think they're actually going to win the whole thing anyway. I think at some point when it comes to the best of 5s, they're going to really struggle on closing out games.
I think KC is going to win.
You think it'll be G2 and KC in the finals?
Possibly. I think it's going to be KC in the final. I think KC is going to win the whole thing. I think they look pretty good right now.
I hate KC. I hope they don't. Their fans are so annoying.
I don't care about fans. That doesn't even matter to me. I just don't like French people.
No, I mean you're right. They at this point they might actually win. They straight up might actually win their second split, which it does bring in competition. But keep in mind, this is a best of 3. We'll have to see how they look against G2. But also G2's shown a lot of weaknesses too throughout the entire split so far. Like Hansama and Lebrov are just sometimes not on the same page. Like Broken Blade is also hit or miss. Skewmond looks, a lot of the team is just kind of very hit or miss. It's only just
what really sucks is that Los Ratones is not here. They were so fun to watch, dude.
I will say I'm not the guy that goes off of feelings because I'm not like a girl, but I will say having them made it really exciting though. I will give it that.
They just really stepped it up towards the later half of this. They had to adapt to playing in a professional environment, and by the end of it, they started looking like they belonged there.
I will also be fair. There is a lot of games they won that did come off the back of a lot of throws too, like the Team Red, the shifter one.
That was I'm just gonna say, mid to late game, they had the best shot calling in the league. Early game, they were bad because they're mechanically worse than the players. Besides upset, besides what's his name?
I think a big problem with Los Ratones was they struggled to play from ahead because they never really got in situations where they.
I disagree. They struggled. They when they got a lead, they won pretty much every game. The problem with every time they got a lead, the game was over.
When they got a comeback lead, they won.
No, they I don't think they ever lost if they were ahead.
The Team Redix game, they had a lead, they won that. That one I remember.
I don't think they've ever I don't think they lost a single game when they were ahead after the first 5 minutes.
All the games that I saw all of them. The only games I remember them doing very significantly well where they stomped someone was the Team Reddit game.
They just didn't win almost ever in early game. They almost if you were equal, in my mind, if you were equal with them by after 15 minutes or later, you lost the game because they would out macro you, which was what I expected from them. I just didn't expect them to win as many games as they did.
The Vitality game was surprising though because they typically were never ahead in most games. They got ahead in that game, and then they actually straight up threw the game. That was a complete throw.
That was what's it called? What's his name? Didn't expect to go over the wall there. I could see what it was happening.
Well, before that, remember the Corky when they caught Crowny mid. So
that's what I'm saying. That was what I was talking about.
Yeah, Baus did because Baus was a big reason why they lost that game. But he was also a big reason why they made a comeback in the game. Remember when he stood in the bush and he killed the jungler so that they could get Dragon? I agree that people that Baus did kind of screw them over, but he was a big reason why they got another angle in life in the game to come back in it too.
I don't know. Like when I think about it, they genuinely looked like the only team in the LEC. They just weren't. They play as a team, where so as everybody else is like 5 players that are really good to playing together.
I think a big problem with them was Reckless. I'm sorry, just not Reckless support.
Reckless. The big problem was what's his name at AC? My brain's not.
Crowny.
Crowny struggled at the beginning of the year. He's like an arguably 8th best ADC in the league.
Yeah, like people forget they swapped that guy out for ICE, not the government agency guys. It's an actual player in the league called ICE.
Wow.
See?
I got him up with that one.
Cadulio, hey, what's up, man? Yeah, I'll be having a one-on-one with him, guys, around 10 a.m. my time after I have sex with my wife. You know,
that will not be happening.
Oh, thank you. I thought you were a buddy. Oh my god. But yeah, the Los Ratones thing. I understand why people didn't want them here. Like I told you guys before, why you can't do that when you invested this amount of money into the game. Like, because just last split when Navi came in, Navi paid a lot of money to be in, and it's so disrespectful of Riot to go, you know what, you could just be in for free. Like, if they had charged them like $10,000, just
they don't have the
$10,000, I think the org owners would have went, you know what, not how much I paid.
What they should have actually done
they should have charged like some money.
They should have said, Los Ratones is making us more money than the rest of you guys combined. You guys are going to have to put up with it. I would have done it. It's a business. It's a business at the end of the day.
Yes, but you devalue your slots if you do that, though.
You don't do that if there is that much value in a person.
Yes,
when there's that much value. When you bring that much value to a system, there's exceptions to be made. That's just how I realistically, it's not fair, but it doesn't matter.
But you do understand the owner's perspective, right? If I'm paying,
I don't care about the owners.
No, I mean, if I'm paying $10 million, what you need to pay something to be in here too.
They don't have money, so it's either you let them in or you don't.
That's how it works, though. Like
they literally are losing this is the peak of pretty much all of LEC viewership. As a business person, not letting them in is idiotic. I don't care if it's morally right or anything, or think about the business people. If you want to succeed, you skip out on all that and you look at them and say, all of our viewership skyrocketed when they were playing. We need to keep that in mind and bring them in.
Well, Karmine Corp and G2 Karmine Corp and G2 when they play, they have the highest viewership. Not just together, but just in general when their games are played. So unless like G2 or Karmine Corp are playing, that's when the viewership spikes. I get it from all different angles. Like I like if your owners are upset because you let someone in for free because like Navi just paid like what 20 million, 15 million. Keep on, guys, it's always equity stock. It's not exactly all cash sometimes. Like I get it from all perspectives. Like, hey, they don't have the money.
Let's look at the viewership numbers real quick. I think
for
LR had literally every single one of them, the highest viewed games.
Right.
And that's not even including G2 and LR.
The G2 one, what was 400K, right?
No, there's 600,000 with Vitality versus Los Ratones.
Now, is that on the LEC stream or is that on Cadral stream?
I assume they're all on Cadral stream, to be fair.
Yeah, so that's the problem right there, is because the LEC would want that on their.
No, they're getting money from this, just so you know.
Well, yeah, it's just odd because, so I think there's a world you could make it work, but you have to convince the owners of it, because if they're like, because you have to kind of listen to them. If you're in $1 million partnerships with them, it's like you have.
If you're an owner and you don't want them to come in, you're an idiot. That's all I'm going to say.
No, I mean
the money in this
that perspective too. It's not
the money.
I
don't think I would even ask the owners. I'm going to be honest with you. You don't have to, unless there's some sort of legally binding reason. What's up?
I imagine if you're getting $20 million from someone, there has to be some sort of legally binding. Like,
there's no legally binding of why is this guy allowed to do this? There's nothing about that. I would very much be blown away if there was. The biggest problem I'm having is that they
invested like millions. There has to be. There's just no way there couldn't be. If I invested,
what would be legally binding about this guy has to pay this much too? I don't see it.
You have to consult them on other people coming into the league if they're evaluating, is that a good partner for the league? Based off of,
I don't know if that's a thing. Maybe. I'm not saying it isn't. I'm just saying they do it in basketball, so it's possible. But
yeah, like, dude, do you think they would just bring in, like in the NFL, if the NFL wants to do something or bring a sponsor in, do you think they don't consult with the owners?
I didn't say they did or didn't. They definitely do that in league. What's it called? But league, league doesn't feel the same.
Like you said, they didn't do it in league. They just, from what I heard, they kind of just saw Los Ratones getting a lot of viewers, because
we've seen a lot of these franchise leagues just kick people out. We've seen it happen, and I know they're not consulting people, so I don't think it works the same as basketball and football. That's why I'm like,
I think for Los Ratones, I think if they allowed them to play in more splits, and because you don't want something just being like a flash in the pan like that, because like there's a lot of flash in the pans in terms of like viewership and stuff like that. You know, like, just because they get this viewership now doesn't mean it's exactly guaranteed the next months to come up too. You know, because I know a lot of people like to bring up that TSM CLG game. I don't understand, when TSM the rivalry was C9, TSM, CLG, and like Team Liquid. If those four weren't playing all each other, then viewership was looking pretty wonky sometimes. I'm just saying, like, just because you have this viewership right now doesn't mean you're always going to get it. But I do think
that's true. But if you're not willing to take a shot in the dark at something like this,
right? Yeah. So I also think that just because they might not have had the money for it, Cadral could leverage, hey, keep us in the league if we average what, 400K?
Well, they're not going to do something like that. I mean,
I'm saying you have to bring. Well, you said it. Remember, you said that if you don't have money, you have to leverage it another way. Cadral could leverage viewership. I mean, viewership is valuable.
I think they would probably just expand it to 12 teams, and that's all they would do. And they would give Los Ratones it, and then kick him out eventually if they just didn't do anything.
Also, people who said, well, this ERL team went up and no, guys, outside of Los Ratones, who looked, in my opinion, pretty hit or miss most of their games, KCP got absolutely railed every single week. That's the reason why you don't bring up random teams like that, because they get destroyed. Like, God, ass railed every week. That was just their top laner is so bad. Oh, he's so ass. No, also, because given how Riot made this system, it also could have been Team Heretics' Academy team. It could have been GX's Academy team. It just so happened to be Karmine Corp Blue. It just so happened to be them because they won that previous split. Oh, dude, speaking of legal binding agreements, I want you to see this right here. I'm pretty sure this is not allowed business-wise, because apparently You're Filthy Rich and you're gonna give me all your life savings. Actually, here, I
Oh,
want you to
goodness.
read this part. I'm pretty sure you can't do this legally.
Goodwill
So this
Seven Predators, we are also able to sell the experience and all places.
this I'm pretty sure you can't do this. This part right here, guys. I'm pretty sure you can't do this. I'm pretty sure you could get sued for doing that. With the support and goodwill of several large creditors, we were ultimately able to secure the necessary funding and settle all original invoices. We have made mistakes and we take responsibility for them, but claims that the NLC does not pay their talent are not true. While we decline certain late fees, we offer to cover any documented costs incurred as a direct result of the
Well,
late
you,
payment. I'm
I
pretty
will
sure you
say,
can never say I decline late fees.
what makes a
What?
team good to you? I don't even know what I was said at this point. But
Oh, hi, LG. What's up, man?
what was that said? I don't remember. I didn't even notice your
Oh,
chat.
so I mean, it just depends on a lot of different factors. I think for me, if a team if they don't have a decent early game, those teams are usually pretty bad. Actually, usually a team with not a good early game or any sort of like mid game is awful. Because but League has changed to a point where like if an early game team throws, then the shutdown gold equals out, and it just kind of makes comeback. They wanted to make comeback potential a lot better because I think it was like a few seasons ago. If you got stomped early game, you got absolutely blown out, and there was no chance of you coming
That
back.
was season 8. When they
It was a few
introduced
seasons ago. Remember, there was like
Yeah,
perfect.
but that was when it was actually big. In season 7 to season 8, when they introduced all this dumb stuff, all of this gold getting thrown into the system for winning early, which was a whole point of trying to destroy any sort of late game macro because they're like, people don't like watching chess games. That was the whole point of it.
Mhm.
That's not I shouldn't even say that. People don't like chess games. It sounds a little snobby. People don't like watching slow paced action. They don't like watching like slow. We're putting wards down here and playing around this for like 30 minutes. That's why they did it. It's been like that. It's slowed down a little bit. It's not nearly as impactful. Even the last few years have not
Yeah,
been as nearly as egregious as it was back then.
and a few years ago, or even just last year, I remember they changed like quests and everything this year. Like everyone has like their own quest and stuff. Support, I heard. No, there was a few roles that don't get as much gold if you constantly kill. So like, if you constantly just killed somebody, you would just get a bunch of gold. Like you would get a lot of gold from it for a little bit. They changed that, so apparently now if you kill someone multiple times, it doesn't give you as much gold as it once did. So there's a lot of intricate changes they made, which who knows if I had sex with women? That's always debatable. All right.
No, it's not.
So losers, we got to see which games are coming up. Are these No, these are coming up on the 20th. The 20th is Friday. It was so weird to see them play games on Monday and Tuesday. Maybe it was Valentine. Wait, because guys, the other season in Germany, Berlin, they don't care for President's Day. They don't have that in their
Of
country.
course they do not. What are you even talking about?
It's so
Yeah,
weird how they took off
we're closing
Valentine's
down the
Day.
country because of George Washington. No,
It's so weird. People are like, why'd they shut down for Valentine's Day? League players don't have girlfriends, guys. You guys don't even shower. So I don't know why they shut off playing for Valentine's Day. Because they usually play like Friday through Sunday. They didn't play Saturday. They played on the 16th and yesterday. I was like, why did you not play on Valentine's Day? I don't get it. All right. But they're playing on the 20th. So you have Navi versus MCoy. I think Navi win this. I don't think MCoy's that good right now. G2 Carmine Corp. I think Carmine Corp probably should win this too. Logically speaking, it should be Navi, Carmine Corp, and then Saturday it should be. I don't think anybody wins out of watching this. I think this is just alpha of a game to watch. But it should be Navi, Carmine Corp, Team Heretics, and Vitality. Those are the 4 teams that should win. How do you think?
who am I picking?
Yeah.
You think Navi's going to beat MCoy?
Yeah.
Okay.
'Cause
KC
again,
for
McCoy
me.
looks so bad. McCoy look awful.
I assume probably Vitality.
God, what is life? We're putting faith in Vitality. I must not be a human being anymore.
Uh, I'm kind of throwing away. I'll just go GX, Vitality,
We'll have to see who plays out in this game.
AC, and I guess Navi.
Yeah, because whoever plays these matches are the winners of this matches. So these are eliminations. So Fnatic's season for a winner could be over. I'll be honest, you guys. Fnatic fans hate their org so much, they're actually mad they made playoffs. And I know people want to go like, Lost Retonus didn't win to get into playoffs. Neither did Fnatic. Fnatic only got in the playoffs because Karmine Corp threw their game, whether intentionally or not, against Team Heretics. That's the reason why Fnatic got in. Because Team Heretics winning meant Fnatic and another team got in. Fnatic didn't win a game to get in the playoffs. You out of your fucking mind?
They're the same record as what's it called? Los Retondas, I believe.
Yeah, they didn't win. They got in because Karmine Corp, who knows, maybe intentionally
Like,
threw.
I just want to point out, like, when you're in a position where you secured playoffs, all you do at that point in time is test things out, unless you care about a specific seeding.
Dude, they picked LeBlanc with a 0% win rate.
Yeah, I'm just saying there's no reason to actually do anything besides practice things at that point. I'm not gonna say they threw. I'm just saying
it's not on Karmine Corp to get Lost Retonus in playoffs too.
Yeah. They don't have to worry about that. They're like, we need to try stuff out to see what works. That's my mindset. I wouldn't, if they actually intentionally threw, that sucks. That's stupid. But I don't think they did.
Thank God we don't have to watch Karmine Corp Blue anymore. That was awful.
You didn't like him?
SK Gaming series was over. Well, SK's always sucked. They had like what, one first place finish in a regular season in 10 years? No, in the last 7 years? No finals, no third, not even third place match, just nothing. This org is nothing. They're like Dignitas from the LCS. All they do is just pay league minimum, and they're just surviving off like Riot giving them like revenue share or the stipend, whatever they get after every season or something. They're just paying minimum salaries. They're not trying to win people. It's just Mickey X could have been on Karmine Corp, but he vouched for Leader. And Karmine Corp didn't want Leader, so he goes to SK with Wonder. Actually did bounce back. Wonder actually did play good. But you can't win with Skeens because Skeens sucks ass. So now not much of you can do there. And Shifters, well, they suck complete donkey booty. So
Skeens is the greatest, actually. He's getting the Cy Young this year. All Skeens.
All right. LCK. So T1 lost to Fearex. That is the big upset that ended up happening. Now, conspiracy theorists are saying they played that way just so that they could trick people into thinking they were bad so they can go to the lower bracket and not face Gen G. Who knows? Who knows what they did? Now, the problem with T1 is this is a problem they've had for a while, but it's always been kind of not a problem because this player has always kind of made it not an issue. The problem is they lean really hard on Keria. If he doesn't have like a really good day, they kind of look not that good. Now, has that always consistently happened? No, they've actually had very good regular seasons with him. They've had some seasons not so good with him, regular season wise. Playoff wise, T1 are usually always playoff wise like top 3. First, they haven't won a split in a while, but like top 3, top 2 usually. This series was unconventionally bad from a lot of them. I think the only good player in the series was actually Faker. And Faker was trying to overcompensate on side lanes to give them any sort of pressure because they just were not. It could have been just a bad day. They did get draft gapped quite a bit. Their drafting has been really suspect for a long time, actually. They haven't drafted very well in a lot of key series. I'm not saying it's all the time, but like Fearex played. Because you want to say, orgs like them are not ever good. So when they do these kind of things, I'm always very skeptical of like, were you this good or is the other team having a bad day? If they play good against Gen G, then I'm like, okay, maybe they did. Maybe they're actually legitimate. But if they don't play good against Gen G and they get actually curb stomped by them, then it's like, okay, maybe T1 just had an off day. Now, if T1 win this, they get to automatically be in the third place match and then they'll play the loser of the essentially. If FearX upset Gen G, they'll have to play Gen G here. Probably not going to happen. They're probably going to most likely face FearX again. So T1 realistically only have to prep for the winner of this series and then go into this series. This is kind of similar to their road to MSI last year. I don't know. I mean, I want you guys to understand, if you go and look at T1 subreddit in Korean forums, oh God, that's World War III there. Those people are lunatics. What do you think? What do you think T1's main issue is? Because it also feels like when Doran doesn't have, Doran's always super inconsistent. If he's not having a good series, it's just not good for them, honestly. So owner, it's weird because if they play at their best potential, they're actually really good. Honestly, it should be Gen G T1 in the finals. Realistically, given how this split is gone, it should be Gen G T1 in the finals. But I don't see a world T1 kind of win the whole thing unless they kind of ramp up like right here. I do. If they meet Gen G in the finals, they'd probably actually lose to Gen G.
It's just my mindset, because I just remember what was Bro's record during the stupid?
Oh, they went 0-5.
That's what I'm saying. Like, what is happening here?
Even Faker says this format is bad. No, the format is awful. It's terrible. But I will say, it's better than last year when T1 got first place and didn't get double elimination. The point of getting first place is to get double elimination. And they're like, you know what? You got first place, but you must not have what? Thank God that's not a thing this year. I actually almost just lost my sanity looking at that. But it's odd because I don't know. Like, I watched the series and I was like, they look really, really off in a lot of these games. But
I think the big thing about
did they lose to just dodge Gen G? It's like, I don't know.
No, probably. I don't think they did. Why would they do it? They have to fight them anyways.
They're just gonna get railed by.
They have to play him either way.
Yeah, but they're thinking. Do you think they're thinking if we show strategies against Gen G, then that'll cost us potentially to lose later on? Like, I don't. Like, what strats are you hiding in season? Checks notes season. What season are we in league? 12? 13? What strategies are you hiding anymore at this point? Hasn't everything been done at this point? Did
you just say 12, 13?
I don't even know what season
you were not on. It's literally just count the years.
Why are you yelling at me?
We're in season 16.
Oh my good. Math scholar.
20. I'm just saying it starts from 2010.
Yeah.
Just count up.
Shia LaBeouf wrote "Free Me" on his ex. Oh, good Lord, that guy's insane.
That man got in a fight. Did you not see?
I did. Man's lost his mind. Good. What's with all these Disney Channel stars? They're all just crazy lunatics.
I have no idea.
But do you think T1 meet Gen G in the finals? Or
I will say, I think that you already know how I feel. I didn't think that.
Do you think T1? Do you think it was T1 having a bad day, or do you think it was FearX actually looking that legitimate?
I guess we'll see about that. I mean, I don't know. I can't really specifically speak about that. Like, my big thing about it is that what's it called? Is I think that T1. You already know how I felt about them last year. I didn't think they looked very good, and I still don't think they ended the year looking amazing, even though they won Worlds. They're still just
like they actually did look good in the group stage.
I don't think they looked great. They didn't look that good.
That KT throw game was that was disgusting. I just don't get how you throw leads that big. It's just impossible. You'd actually have to make a legitimate series of mistakes to throw games like that. That's horrible. I don't know. I mean, I'll be honest with you guys, since First Stand this year has 2 teams, which I said they should do this last year, you need to have more teams for First Stand. I think whoever comes here is probably just beating the crap out of anyone, honestly. LPL looks awful too. Just another year of Gen G and T1 potential domination. Yeah, it's great. It's so great. Every split, you just kind of watch.
I think that T1 looks genuinely better this year than they did last year. I think that they have a better identity because they have what's his name, Pays, who I don't think I'm not saying he's better than Gumayushi, but he fits the team better.
They're all on equal footing, I would say. Look.
Yeah, I just think Pays fits the team better Gumayusi did. Gumayusi, they what they needed was another carry, and they didn't end up getting that.
Yeah, my thing is, I could see a world they don't make first stand. Keep on, guys, they'll make first stand. Woo, their fans are. I'm not going to all subreddits. Those places are awful. You kind of go, you know what? Hey, we'll just go next, because I think they'd rather. I don't know, because I know players like them always kind of want to win in any given scenario. It's just their team. You can exploit a lot of stuff they do at any given moment based off how certain things they do in the game. It's just really hard to point out without actually giving you guys a sort of template of them constantly. It's just I don't know if it's Ferex legitimate, or is it T1 just having a bad day? Could be a combination of both. We'll have to see it based off the Gen G series, and how if T1 and Gen G are in the finals, I'm not surprised. That's probably going to happen anyway, because look, guys, LCS split is bad. So we'll see how it pans out for them. All right, LCS really quickly.
With, that's always fun.
Did you see the Cloud? You were praising Cloud9. You were also praising me for having sex with women, obviously.
Never said I praise is a little bit of an extreme word. I said, are you happy they won?
Well, to be fair, I'm always happy when any team I support wins. When you know that. I'm just always skeptical of, like, when competition is not that good, wins to me are, I mean, they're fine. Winning in any scenario, I think, matters the most, but it's just like, you know how, like, the quality of strength with some opponents can, like, give you bad reads? Because LCS has always had that problem of, like, if one team is good and the rest are kind of bad, then it gives them, like, bad reads in the meta, makes them develop really bad habits that internationally you get punished for. That happened with a lot. Like, just FlyQuest last year was an example of that. They played good domestically, but then got shafted internationally because they just, LCS just gives you bad habits. Like, playing it just gives you really bad habits. But it was game 3 that I wanted to cover, because FlyQuest, if you understand, they downgraded their whole roster. I'm about saying, you downgraded your whole roster. That's what happens when you get not as good players. This was the Callista game. FlyQuest just got absolutely railed. They had a level. They were fighting this level. I think it was level 4, level 5. They got dove. Good lord. Then Masu, I think.
Are you sad about Loki?
That's a weird one, because I feel like if they had Loki, they would. Do you think they have a higher ceiling with Loki than APA? That's the thing.
Maybe. I don't know. What was the reason for Loki again? Why did they get rid of
him? He requested to go back home because he had family issue. Apparently, he had a family issue or personal reasons. I don't think it was. Given the things that we've heard about Korean players leaving, I think he just got homesick. It happens. They just don't like being here and just leave. Some adapt very well. Some don't adapt very well. I think he just kind of missed being home. But
I agree.
They kind of just, because, like, they kind of just grabbed APA because Liquid dropped him. And APA, he wasn't playing that good last year. He was not good. But I do think he's looked better this year. And come on, they've already qualified for first stand. This is their first international event they qualified for since 2023, I think. It's crazy. They've not been at internationals in a couple of years. Guys, do I think they're going to do well at first stand? Probably not. Who knows, actually. I'd imagine they get kind of crushed by the LPL and LCK teams, whoever's going. But then again, we'll see what patch they're playing on to really know that. Your favorite player is Blabber, so he's probably going to play against Canyon.
I despise that man.
He's gonna play against Canyon and get probably.
I think he's looking a little bit. Maybe Dom's doing something to him. That's all I'm gonna hope, because Dom is
go to the LCS this year, so I can see Cloud9 play. Come on. Also, Gatkos isn't good. He wasn't good when he subbed in for Whipple last year. I don't get why he was their pick in top lane. Also, why did Team Liquid pick up Morgan, who's never been good ever? I don't get
King Morgan. That's what they call him.
Fuck, kill me now. Oh god. So, what did you think about this game? Or you watched the series, right?
Yeah.
So, what did you think was the big reason why FlyQuest lost? Oh my god, I forgot.
I think it's very obvious that they're just not a team. That's all I'm going to say about that. There's not really anything to say. Cloud9 came out the gates trying to kill them. And what's it called? And my brain.
Do you think any of these players turn out like? Do you think Cryogen turns out like Busio? You give him a little bit of time to ramp up, and
well, I'm not saying. Listen, they're a bunch of young people. That's the big thing about this is FlyQuest took a chance on a lot of talented young people at that. Like a lot of these people have showed that they have potential. So I can say this is a mistake. They might end up going to Worlds. We don't know because this is the beginning of the year. They're not going to be at their peak at the start. But do I think they're gonna like currently? Do I think they're gonna look good? No, because they don't have any shot calling. They don't know what they don't look like they know what they're doing around the map. We see them essentially reactive. When you're at a point when you're reactive instead of reacting, that's the whole difference on what makes a good team better.
Thanatos said the same thing too. I think he said it on the Cloud9 little podcast they do. He said that they feel like they're just. He had the same opinion you did actually. He said they kind of just feel like players playing the game and not actually like no strategy to what they're doing. Actually,
I mean that's the same. That's my big thing with those Bertanos actually too, is like early game they're reactive and they're reacting mid to late game, which is like the exact honestly the most important time to be reacting is in the early game because it's when it makes the biggest difference. Mm-hmm. That's the biggest problem with Los Bertones is that they made these really, really smart plays too late in the game. Cloud9 is being aggressive early. Like the difference is Cloud9 is being aggressive early game. We saw what that did to FlyQuest. FlyQuest fell apart pretty much every single time. They didn't know how to react to it. Blabber's being way better, playing pretty well right now.
Oh, and let's bring up the players that ThinkCard was praising was Masu and Quad. Guys, Quad can't speak. Quad English speaking is about as good as Thanatos. You just can't rely on that for consistent shot calling throughout the game. You just can't. I'm not even saying you have to constantly talk. Masu and Inspired got into arguments because he said, like, he was basically like, Masu doesn't really, like, command positions in the game. He doesn't really talk enough. That's not going to, them shot calling is not going to happen. Unless your support is willing to step up and do it, or Griffin is going to step up and do it. Gakos is not. You hear there comes, he's not going to talk. Like, you have to have someone giving direction on the map. But remember, apparently, if you give direction on the map, people are just little sensitive bitches these days, and they get mad about it,
if you can't convey your opinions without being insulting, you're not meant to be a shot caller. That's all it is. You should just be quiet and play the game.
Yeah, but that's my opinion. More aggressive.
It doesn't matter if they are sensitive and you don't take that into consideration. That's who you're playing with. You need to learn how to adjust. I'm just being honest.
Playing a video game, man.
You are no one wants to be yelled at for 20 hours, dude, especially while playing a video game. And at the same time, it's their job. It's not just a video game like it is to us.
Well, yeah, it's one of those things where, like, hey, if something bothers me, could you do a job of, like, understanding that?
The difference between that is that there's a big reason why people don't, like, if you get to the point where you're constantly unable to convey your feelings because you are angry and you can only do it in insults, you're probably not doing a very good job. If you do it aggressively, you're not going to convey it very well. It doesn't matter if you think people are sensitive. This is very common in regular sports too. If you have a way of not being able to convey your feelings without being like,
but also in regular sports, if a group of people feel like they're just the only ones doing anything, they're gonna feel like you're not pulling your weight. Which is true in their games last year. It kind of felt like only if this was happening, this other thing could.
True or not, when you get to the point where you're saying, you know what, you guys, it's all your faults and stuff like that, and don't do, like, if you can't convey criticism in a constructive way and you're just criticizing, it comes off as insulting instead of criticizing, and it's not helpful. If you can't understand that, you're not meant to give constructive criticism. You're meant to just play the game and let somebody who's he's just not meant to be a leader. That's all it seems like.
Yeah, I mean, they still won with him.
I'm just saying, all it is it comes off as he's not meant to be somebody who leads a team because he thinks that
there has to be there. Well, you know this in business. There's always got to be a bad guy. There has to be. Right?
It doesn't actually. That's my big. When I worked at one of my big things
is gonna always come off as a bad guy.
I got into a big argument back when I worked at back in the day when I worked at Old Navy Is that one of, like they were
I
talking
don't
about
know
when
if
they were training
retail is
people
the
to be
best
managers?
example of that.
I'm just going to give you an example of a very basic thing. Is
Yeah.
they said is you can't be friends with your coworkers. I said that's idiotic. That's not true. You can be friends with your coworkers. They didn't agree with it. The reality is
I think you
you're
can be friendly
capable.
with your coworkers.
No, you can be friends with people you work with. If you're not capable of if they're not capable of respecting you because they're friendly with you, then that's a problem with you. Let's be honest.
I think those are not mutually exclusive though.
They are completely mutually exclusive. If you
No, so
can't
like
be friendly with your coworkers because you think that they like the big thing is she always talked about you don't want these people to like you, that you want them to respect you. That's not the same. If people, the best leaders of all time are loved by their people. That's a very, very known thing. People, if you're a leader that's not loved by the people you're leading, you're not a leader. You're a bully or a tyrant. That's
well,
all it is.
I don't know about that. I
That's
think
what it is.
I think you can respect one's way of doing something, but not also like them too. That's why I don't think those things are one
I
and the same.
fully disagree. I fully disagree. There's
I
a
don't
very,
have
very,
to
very
like
small amount of people that are capable of respecting people they don't like. And
very
if you
few.
want,
Yeah,
very small amount of people that
yeah.
respect people they don't like.
I may not like, I don't know, I don't know, Thomas Jefferson, a random person, right? I'm not saying I do, but just random person. That doesn't mean that, you
can say people don't think logically. You're thinking we're talking about leadership. You're putting in a robotic logic, remove emotions from the situation. No one does that. No one thinks without emotion.
I know. I'm just pointing out in an environment where people, because I've been in a lot of situations at my job, there is always going to be someone. Well, just me, for me, I've noticed this. If I'm doing, not just me myself, if a few people are doing a lot of stuff and someone's not doing anything, that makes people angry though. I don't think every situation.
Then you're not. Listen, if that makes you angry, if you can't figure out
because that's actually happening though. It's actually like there is a good amount of people only doing everything and other people are just kind of coasting. Like people don't like that. I don't.
I think the difference between it is when you bring that out, when you mention that, you say it in a way that you're not doing anything.
I mean, I don't voice these things because
I'm not saying any. I'm telling you the difference between constructive criticism and insulting. It doesn't matter what your intentions are. Your intentions don't matter at the end of the day. It's how people perceive them. That's the only thing that matters.
But even if
people
you
don't
have
understand that,
intentions with criticizing someone, they could take
doesn't matter.
Like it's going to be emotional, so it's going to be a back and forth anyway.
Yeah, what you need to do is try and figure out how to convey it in a way that doesn't. The job of a leader is to know how to convey things in a way.
The environment that league players have potentially is.
I'm not saying league players in general. Everybody's different. A job of a leader is to know what your people are like and know how they would like to receive criticism. The problem is when you are incapable of knowing what these people like, or you only know how to convey criticism one way, you're not a leader for this. You could be a leader for a specific group, but not for this one. And he didn't understand that. He consistent, again, this is all my interpretation, but if you cannot come out in a way that is able to convey criticism in a positive manner, you're not meant to be in charge of a team. That's all I'm saying. He should have just been the guy who conveyed his feelings to a different person, and the person who should have been the leader of that team should have done it because he didn't know how to do it. With
that, if you do that approach and the player doesn't respect who it's coming from, because
then he's not a leader either. The problem is that
players, sometimes they don't respect coaches.
Obviously, he didn't help at all because he destroyed the environment of that team. There's no positives to what he did. He destroyed that team. He might be the best player on the team. He was the worst. He was the worst for the vibes of that team. Vibes matter more than anything inside of league.
Yeah, but vibes don't win you championships, though.
Vibes do win you champions. You don't win championships with bad vibes.
He's been angry like this forever. They've won with him being angry like that.
They have won LCS. I mean LEC. I mean the LCS. But you know what the problem is? That doesn't matter. It's very easy to win that, and they're just better than everybody else. When you get to people who are equalized to you, and you start criticizing them to this point, and you run the vibes, you no longer win. The league is a full mentality game. You can, if you've played league enough, mentality-wise, once you get into a bad mentality, you're not going to play. It's the same with every sport, though. But league specifically,
well, they knew that too. Like they knew that, hey, we're winning LCS pretty easily. Let's see how we get tested internationally. And I said this last year too. When it comes to FlyQuest, is they won. literally the only rival they have is Cloud9, and Cloud9 imploded summer-wise, so they didn't really have anyone to challenge them. 100 Thieves, guys, to be honest, they weren't that good that much. Honestly, 100 Thieves really weren't as good as Cloud9. I think 100 Thieves just kind of played better in a specific situation. But you knew if they went internationally, it wasn't going to work, though. Like, just even not based off their team, it just wasn't going to. They just were going to get destroyed. It was
Your goal is to win worlds. Every team's goal in the world in league is to. It's impossible. They're more likely to win this. I'm just gonna the gap. I'm going to tell you right now.
I'll give you
the gap between the people in league is smaller than the people in basketball. The gap between competition is so drastically smaller.
Sure didn't feel that way at Worlds these last.
It did. They were getting close to wins. In basketball, they blew them out by 40.
Matt, do you know what you just told me? Do you know the concept of what you just told me? You just told me that, hey, I almost.
If you can't look at it besides results, if you can't look at the games and say they didn't look that much worse, no team in the world was significantly better than the rest. There was not a single team.
FlyQuest, after they faced G2,
they looked bad. I'm not disagreeing with that. FlyQuest mentally imploded.
Come on, these things where it's like, do you win or not? That's all that really matters.
That doesn't matter to me. That's not what I'm saying. If I can look at a game and I can see, I saw good things about this, I don't think the gap was that big. Doesn't make a difference to me. You're saying that the gap is massive. I don't think it is.
I'm not saying the gap is massive. I'm saying that
this is one of the most competitive games
this is my perspective. I want them to start putting out wins consistently. The wins are way too inconsistent, and it doesn't give me reasonable data from when I look at these games to go, this is legitimate.
When I watch the games, I look at them and I see that these teams don't look nearly as bad as people make them out to be.
Yeah, but you're still
when I look at international games of every other sport, you look at them and you're like, why are these people even on the same stage? I don't look at the LEZ and the LCS and say that. They are competitive. They could be a top 3 to top 5. They could be a top 3 team in all of these upper regions. At the number 1 seeds, even the number 2 seed looked good last year.
Yeah, because I'm not saying that but that's not what's happening. What's happening is people are going like, hey, they're doing somewhat better than I expected. That's not good though. Like,
if you look at them,
the reason why I think the LCK does as good as they do is because fans don't baby the players like that. Fans don't
you go onto there.
Yeah, they go actually insane. Like if Chovy plays bad,
listen, I'm going to tell you right now, the reason that we're worse than them is because we don't. And NA doesn't care about it. You want to know why Korea is not good at anything else besides video games? Because they're only people that care about it.
Yeah, but
I'm not being rude. Don't give them credit for anything because they don't have a successful competitive environment in most anything.
Yeah, but
I'm being honest. Like you're giving them credit because this is the only thing they do.
We're talking about league.
This is what I'm saying. You're giving them competitive like they know how to be competitive.
No,
why aren't they competitive anything else?
Because we're not talking about that. We're talking about this.
I'm just telling you right now, they're not. The reason they're good at this is because they have an entire nation developed. It's not because they're babying or anything like that. You're talking about sensitivity. Not true. It's not relevant.
Well, what I'm bringing up is people are fine with just like the bare minimum, and that's the reason why they keep.
Who is they get threatened? People threaten to kill them.
Hey,
you want me to pull it up? People get threatened every time they lose in Worlds, and every one of them gets threatened.
Okay. I mean that.
Then let's be honest. If you're gonna start pointing this out, no one's babying
every player has gotten death threats.
Babying them. Like half of these players.
What I'm talking about specifically is being like, because I've heard that from a lot of people. I've been brought on the show. Hey, they almost won and did better than I thought. That's not good enough. It's just not.
They are looking better. And if you can't say that, I don't know what to say.
Not consistent enough. I do not care unless it is consistent.
You want wins, and that's the difference between me and.
It's not just wins.
It is just wins.
Enough. The reason why people think Korea is going to win every event is because they've shown consistently throughout many teams
they barely win every single time. I don't think Korea is going to win every single time.
Not really. They're power ranked to win every event.
They literally barely won the last 2 years. Barely. They won by a singular game.
Because they're always
every single other Korean team is failing besides T1. If T1 was not, if you take T1 out of the factor, they're barely the second best region.
Well, because Genji
results.
Genji.
No, I'm just saying. We're talking about Worlds. Worlds is at the end of the day, Worlds is all that matters. Like at the end of the day, it's just
the entire year though.
Yeah, but that doesn't matter because they don't get a trophy
at 5% of the year. That's it,
and that's the only 5% that matters. To be honest with you,
that's
you
know what that mentality is. That's looking at a glass half full. That's actually what that is.
Okay, well then I will tell you right now, that means that Kevin Durant is is a top 5 player of all time. If you're looking at like because if championships don't matter, if the playoffs don't matter, which is essentially worlds.
You bring up traditional sports. Shea Gillis was asked about this. He was like, the reporter asked him, "Do you want to have the best a regular season that beats the Golden State Warrior regular season?" And he just said, "Winning is winning, no matter what it is." And he won last year. That's what he said.
You want to know why people don't try in the play-ins?
And keep in mind,
people don't try in the play-ins. You understand that?
No. Beating the not play-ins. People don't. I mean, he doesn't have to beat the Warriors.
Or not the play the lock-in tournament, whatever it's called. That's what I'm saying. These regular season, at the end of the day, a lot of these teams are practicing. They're practicing.
To whom they don't matter to.
The players, obviously, because they're practicing.
No, that's not true. No, they get very angry when they lose. You're not seeing these. They're depressed.
That was Los Ratones is what you're pointing at.
All of them do this.
Why are they practicing things inside of these seasons? Then tell me.
I'm talking the NBA. The NBA, literally, Wembanyama was crying because they didn't win against the Knicks in the NBA Cup that happened like 2 months ago. These players, I don't know where you got this mindset.
Wembanyama is the singular person that I will say that. He tried at the All-Star game and no one else does.
I just don't get where this mindset comes from, where it doesn't.
It's a normal mindset, which is factually true based on statistics.
I don't know where you get it from. What in your mind?
Okay, I will point out 60 things because I know this for a fact. I'll point them all out.
Okay, so
people start resting during the. No, I'm gonna just let me go. People rest during the regular season. That's a very factual thing. They rest over 40% of the games. They don't play during the games because they don't care about that. They rest for the playoffs specifically, so they're healthy.
Don't care. Who defines that?
Why are they not playing if they care? Why are they only saving their energy for the playoffs?
Actually, get more players injured at the beginning part of the season than later in the season.
They do it the entire season at the end too.
No, people get injured more beginning of the season than the later in the season. That's why they're out.
They do it in the later half of the season, Joseph. I'm just telling you, they do it at the beginning, the middle, the end, throughout the entire season. They're saving their entire energy.
What I'm saying is
the playoffs. They don't care. Like they were making it to a lot of these players, and we could point out. Point out what.
I'll give you an example. Do you think if James Harden won an NBA Cup, that would mean something to him?
No, not at all.
Why?
Because he doesn't even play when he gets there. If he got there, I don't think he'd play there.
He's never won anything.
He doesn't care about that.
Why?
What do you mean? Why? It doesn't actually amount to anything.
Matters in this.
These players have said this out loud that they don't care about it.
Your mentality, that's bad. Do you know how bad
players have said it?
All that matters is winning. Doesn't matter when.
That's not a win. There's nothing to it.
How's that not winning? You win a trophy
because it's not a real trophy. They don't hang the banners. The Knicks won it this year, and then the NBA had to force them to hang the banner.
Good.
Because they didn't want to. They didn't care about it.
I agree with the NBA.
The team that won it didn't care.
The players did.
They didn't. They're all saying it. That's the whole reason for this. I like it because I like watching more.
Garden is going to hang banners for other.
They won it. They won it, and they didn't want to hang it.
What I'm asking is, Faker plays every split and he tries to win. There's no split I've ever gotten in my mind he's not trying to win.
Oh, 100%. I agree.
Do you know who thinks that? Losers would. Losers would think that this doesn't matter. Of course, this is their entire life. Of course,
LeBron doesn't do it either, too. He doesn't care. He's a winner.
Example of
LeBron is literally one of the definitive winners.
I don't know. I disagree with that. All those premises.
I know you do. I'm just telling you that
their whole life. Shea just won last year. He said everything matters in winning. That's a person who just won last year. Because keep in mind, what matters is your legacy. If you lose, people
Kawhi Leonard, arguably the best winner of all time, he doesn't play.
Yes,
he doesn't play in a lot of these games.
Already won. He's already proven himself. His mind, he already proved himself. What does he have to prove? He already won. And he beat LeBron in a final.
When he gets to the playoffs, so he goes crazy. He tries his best.
Yes, because you're talking about players who Kawhi Leonard already proved himself. What does Kawhi have to
winning only matters when it amounts to winning. When you play a game that doesn't actually have any impact, when it doesn't actually amount to anything, when there's no impact on your legacy, no one looks back and be like, man, this guy won the NBA Cup. And no one's going to look at that.
Yeah, people who don't achieve anything in life think that.
Sure. No one cares about it.
Oh, then why
won the NBA Cup for us?
Why were all the Knicks fans happy they won that cup?
No one wants to lose.
Matter. Yes.
If you're gonna say
If
why
you
did a
lost,
singular person care, you can find people caring about it at all.
no, it's fine. If they lost that, you would have gotten criticized.
If they
won it, you got
lose this
praised.
year in the first round of the playoffs, do you think they're gonna be like, well, at least we won the NBA Cup?
Are you saying that teams should just go up there and just run it down?
Is that at all what I'm saying? Is that what I'm saying?
Yes. You shouldn't do that because
am I saying those words, or am I telling you the fact that players do not care when games don't have impact?
They definitely care. This is their entire life.
I'm just telling you the reality of it.
I don't believe them. I don't believe them. This is their whole life. What do you mean they don't care? This is their whole life.
They have too many games to care about. They're not going to care about every single one, especially.
Come on. I'm not saying they care about every single game. What I'm bringing up is like this my mindset that if I win something that's not this trophy, it's illegitimate. It's like, says who?
It's not a real trophy.
If someone's James Harden's going to be probably considered one of the best players to never win. Does he have to win that to prove he's a good player? It's like probably not.
If he won the NBA trophy, the NBA Cup, would he be a winner?
It would add more legitimacy.
It wouldn't.
So
no one would care.
It would prove that he's a legitimate winner.
They would actually mock him more because, well, he won the NBA Cup. There's his ring.
I mean,
they'd mock him for that.
Trophy. The other person who lost,
it's not a real trophy.
If I won 10 of those, I would be happy because I won 10.
I would not. If I won a singular NBA, the NBA championship, I could have won 100 NBA Cups.
That's by getting carried. That's the thing.
You could do that with the NBA Cup too.
You could, but if you've won it 10 times, you're gonna say every single time you got carried with that? Probably not. That'd be ridiculous. Unless you.
Okay, well, I don't know what to tell you, Joseph. It's 10 singular games. 10 games. They're 10 games with that have no impact on your record.
Well, I think for the NBA Cup specifically, they should actually make it like at least a best of 3 would be a little bit more legitimate. That'd be my only actual criticism of it.
Well, they don't have enough time for that because it doesn't, like, at the end of the day, they're making space for games that matter.
Yeah. So my thing is, if you want to make it more legitimate, then you need to, it needs to be an actual series. My problem with it is that it's only a best of 1 in like that. You have to give it legitimacy by making it a little bit more competitive. It's a lot more competitive in a different format. I think the format's also not that good either. I think the format's really, because you said it's based off your regular season. It should be its own different thing. If it's its own different thing and the finals is an actual series, I feel like it'd be a lot better. I feel like they're just not, because the commissioner for the NBA is terrible.
I think if there was actually some sort of, let's go back to league. If people actually had some sort of competitive, man, I want to beat this region, they don't. No one does, and that's the problem. There's no competition. If they did that, the international tournaments are these little minimum games in the middle of the season would matter more. The reason that a lot of these teams that end up winning spring, like summer, don't do very good in like the very first split is because this is the season they're trying new stuff out. They're really trying to make things work because they don't like they try and make it in the playoffs. They want to go to these international events.
Do you think playoffs matter
practice
for the most part?
Playoffs always matter.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to say
they're always trying stuff out in scrims. Like
they do it in the regular season too.
Oh yeah. But these things are happening in scrims. Like probably
when it comes to the playoffs, in my mind, the reason that a lot of these players are pushing to try and go there is for practice, and it's not even pushing. Like they are practicing at the end of the day. Like when Casey put out that those games. I think they were practicing.
Wild.
They locked in playoffs. These other games don't matter.
Oh yeah. And keep in mind, if you have a good regular season like that, you do get a lot of more leniency of doing that. I'm not saying you can. It's just like because I don't know. What's that new thing kids say these days called coping? When someone loses, they're always like, you know what? It wouldn't matter to me anyway. Then why are you playing then if it didn't matter? Just don't play then. If it doesn't matter, don't play. You know? That's how my mindset is on it.
My mindset is at the end of the day, if I lost, if I got carried in the entire season, we barely managed to make it to Worlds, but I win the next. Yeah, I'm just saying, but I won the next 10 Worlds. I'd be like, I would be looked at as a all-time playoff riser.
If you won the next 10 Worlds, then Jesus himself would have already come back by then.
Well, that's a little crazy. I don't know what that's supposed to mean.
because you want to talk about basketball.
It's up to you.
Yeah, I got a little bit of time left because my wife is wanting to get blown out right now. Is the All-Star game still going on? Is that done?
I don't know if there's another game left, but it was actually pretty good this year.
Talk about something. I haven't cared for that.
It was a lot better this year because, again, Wembanyama, which you were talking about, who is the craziest competitor of all time,
he was, yeah,
went out of his mind and started trying to humiliate people, so they all started playing hard.
And it was the game against Anthony Edwards, I think, was it, right?
It was Kawhi Leonard, Anthony Edwards, Wembanyama. All three of those players played out of their mind.
Mm-hmm.
I really enjoyed that game.
For me, I think I tried, because I haven't watched an All-Star game in years, and I tried watching it last year. I was like, oh, good Lord.
I mean, just look at Kobe. When Kobe in 2016, when he left, when he stopped playing pretty much, the number of fouls went down drastically. That's because they're not fouling anymore because they're not really trying. What are you talking about, Chaz?
Oh, stop it. Chaz, stop it. Oh, my God. Good Lord. Chaz, he just wants to make love to me. Good Lord. But, I don't know. It just depends on, do you want to make love to a white woman or a black man?
No. I want to do neither one of those. Chaz, we weren't really even talk about League for most of this. Like the first half an hour or 45 minutes was talking about the files. The next was the last 30 minutes we're talking about. I don't even know what you're talking about.
We talked. What's the files? We talked about the LEC. Then
we talked about talked about Christopher Nolan for a little bit.
Yeah, so I don't know. I think that I'll be honest here. If Cloud9 actually don't win the split, it's probably a massive disappointment. Actually, who else is challenging them? Like, looking at the playoff bracket really quickly. Was it Leaguepedia? Let's go. Who do you think challenges them? Does Lion challenge them?
Challenge who?
Like, good Lord. Because FlyQuest has to play against Lion, actually.
Lion looks better this year. They got inspired.
Oh my God. We lost James, guys. We lost him.
Did we lose him?
We lost you.
That's
turns out you're white.
We're in the LCS. Everyone got worse this year. I mean, it's FlyQuest. I think they're going to look a little better. Not better than last year, but better by the end of the year because they're just a lot of young people.
Good Lord. Guys, Chaz is joking. This motherfucker ain't retired. This man said he'll be on the show next week. This man lying to people. You ain't got nothing better to do. You need me, black man. I'm just kidding. All right. Okay. Oh my God. Fuck me. Chaz should be at work right now. Isn't he at work in the morning? I fucking forgot, honestly. Good Lord. All right. Sentinels beat DSG. Cloud9 beat FlyQuest. Now
that was a close game. I didn't realize.
Yeah. I was watching a little bit. Yeah. Oh, goodness gracious.
Vitality. I actually picked Vitality to win their next game. I assume they're going to.
Okay, the next 20th? Yeah, so Friday, Saturday. Okay, so we have DSG versus Team Liquid, and this is these are lower bracket games. So that means your seasons for the winter split is over if you lose this. I think Team Liquid win.
You're making too much money, Ches. I can take a little bit off your hands if you're really worried about that. But getting too heavy to carry it all, I got a backpack.
Well, if you want to do the show earlier, just let me know because I'm off Wednesday. So just let me know if you want to do not Wednesday. Oh my God, we do the show Tuesday. If you want to do the show Tuesday early, let me know because I'm off Tuesdays currently right now. But even if I was working Tuesday, I'd be off anyway. So just let me know if you want to do it earlier. If you want to do it earlier, just gotta let me know so I can plan for it. So instead of 8:30, we do it at I don't know 6-5 your time. But you got to get on my level to talk about league or NBA because the Knicks suck. Lakers gonna win the whole championship. Doesn't matter.
Have I ever told you how much I hate Jalen Brunson, Chaz? It's not even a joke.
I think it's crazy.
I mean that for a fact. I think he's one of the most overrated players of all time.
Do you know what's funny? Jalen Brunson and Luka, the Mavericks had them both and somehow surprisingly fumbled both of them. Isn't that funny? Isn't that
That's
crazy?
hilarious.
That's actually crazy. 7 my time. Yeah.
He was actually ready at 7. I think we were getting ready at 5.
Oh, it's all right. 7 p.m. So it'd be 10 for you. Yeah, that's fine. That's my friend ain't leaving. He ain't retiring. I ain't giving you no royalty checks for being on this show. Good lord. Yeah, Pokemon is for losers and nerds. Actually, LeBum James.
James is trash. He's 40. He's old, dude.
This man always deflecting an excuse. Good lord. Whatever. Doesn't matter. Who do you think wins out of DSG and Team Liquid?
DSG
they're
and Team
playing.
Liquid?
Oh, it's a super week. They're playing on Friday. Oh, it's a super week. Oh yeah, because they have to end the because first stand's coming up. They're gonna have to end the splits by March. So we can do first stand. All right. So Team Liquid probably wins this. I don't know. There's a good chance DSG could upset. I don't know. FlyQuest and Lion. That's the bigger. Fucking hell. I don't know, honestly.
Honestly, I'd love to see what's his name lose. You better get. I mean, no one has the chance to give her to you now.
Unfortunately, I'm not going into this stuff, man. I don't know. I'm gonna say Team Liquid. I don't know if FlyQuest win. I don't really know.
I hope Inspired loses.
Inspired.
I kind of feel that one.
FlyQuest looks awful. The only way I think FlyQuest improves is if they lose this series. Fucking hell. This series might be for the better if they win, but I don't think Lion's gonna win either. I think Lion look bad too. But Lion has better early game than FlyQuest. But then they also throw two. I'll say Team Liquid, Lion, and Cloud9 win. There you go. What about you?
Team Liquid, Lion, and that's who you think is gonna win?
Team Liquid, Lion, and C9. Well, I forgot Saint is bad. Fucking hell. Inspire just has to carry them. I'll just hope Inspire plays a really good early game to the point where they just, beat them out. I just have to hope. I have to just hope.
I think it's probably going to be Disguised. To be honest with you, Disguised. I'm praying for FlyQuest. That honestly, Disguised, FlyQuest, and
Saint is so ass. What happened to him?
Cloud9 is. I think Cloud9 is the best team.
Right, that's the effect of NA. These Korean players come over and they're either the best thing since like sliced bread, or they just crumble and just get worse over time. Luckily for Thanatos, he hasn't done that yet. Man, her ass is juicy. Good lord. Ooh, she loves making pizza. Piece of these nuts in your mouth. Aren't you supposed to be asleep? Aren't you supposed to be at work? Don't black people work apparently? God damn. Do you guys ever work? Good lord. Fucking hell.
Black people.
All right. Speaking of the NBA, really quickly, I'll have to get your opinion on that before I go to my next show in a little bit here, because I'm very popular and busy.
Oh, I know.
Oh yeah. Give me a moment here. All right, NBA standings. You actually think Jalen Brunson's? Oh, you say he was overrated?
Oh, I 100% believe it. Don't you agree, Chaz?
He's the same. Good lord, not the same player as Luka. Good lord, he's just lighter skin. He's like what I would.
He's nowhere near the same level as Luka. Don't even put them in the same conversation.
Hey.
Luka's
Luka's way more whiter. That's why you like him. He's whiter as you. That's why. Good lord.
There's a reason that Jalen Brunson is never considered a top 5 player in the league.
But if you're about ESPN analysts, I would highly temper.
No one ever puts him there. No one does. It's not even just ESPN.
You've been working early all week. Oh, okay. So next Tuesday, you said 7 my time. Then we'll just do the show. Then if you want to start at 7 my time, then we'll just do that. Then better watch some games, motherfucker. Nigga, love league. You here for life, bitch. God. James said he wants you to ram him in the ass too.
I didn't say it, Chaz, but it's up to you. It's up to you if that's how you want to pass the time.
All right. Your best friend James Harden left the Clippers and went to the Cavaliers.
Honestly, good for both sides in my opinion. If you're really going, my problem with the Clippers is I don't know why they gave up on the season because you don't have your draft pick this year. That's the only problem I'm having. Like, why did you do this?
Well, James Harden had a contract where it wasn't not a full guarantee. So essentially, he was going to get 13 million, and he wanted like a certain amount of money, from what I heard.
I know why. I'm just saying, not just that. They traded Zubac.
That made no sense. I have no idea why they did that. Like,
yeah, trading Zubac too was idiotic to me. They gave him, I mean,
the Pacers, and then since he just had a kid, he could just sit out the rest of the season on maternity leave. What? That's the problem with the league. People keep doing that. Like, oh my god, I hate it. Oh my god, they trade one of their best centers, defenders or whatever, and then
they just trade their best center in general. One of the better centers in the one of the most underrated centers in the league, to be honest.
Yeah,
they just trade him.
Good. Yeah, for no
trade
reason.
Him for they want a draft pick. Like, why are you tanking now? Of all times, why are you taking now? You were the season's over. You're pretty much giving up on the season when it's not when you don't have your draft pick. That's it. I mean, it doesn't make any sense to me. So I'm trying to comprehend it.
Okay, so the best way I could maybe theorize it is they started out the season really bad. Remember, they were like 6-21, something like that, 6-15, and it got to a point where they had the best record since Christmas. Where they actually did. Who forget? The Western Conference is so competitive. They actually did bounce back. They actually did play very well. They won that one Laker game, and for some reason, beating them made them think they were a good team again. I don't know how that keeps happening, but sure. Then it got to a point in the season where even if they had a good enough record, so it got to a point that even though they had a really good winning record from bouncing back the way they did in that Laker game to start that win streak, they still would only make the play-ins. There's a good chance even winning as much as they did only results in them still getting 10th. The only way they escape the play-ins is just like a bunch of these other guys just lose.
I'm just saying the Warriors literally lost Jimmy Butler. They've been getting destroyed. Right. They're not making the playoffs.
But they started out the season better. So that means that means they might actually not even be in play-ins though. So the
Warriors are literally going to maybe make play-ins, maybe fall out of it. That's how bad they are now.
So
the Clippers were going to pass them.
Yeah. So my thing here is, I think in their minds, which is I don't agree with it, which is what I agree with you. They essentially went, you know what? Even if we get more wins on the board, it doesn't change the fact that we're still going to be in the play-ins. We might get knocked out in the first rounds of the play-ins. We might as well just gamble and just start looking at next season. I don't agree with it. I think it's stupid. But
there's nothing. The problem is there's nothing to do. You don't have a draft pick. There's no reason to lose.
But James Harden, even though he got them a lot of those wins, if he goes to the Cavaliers, he's not going to be in the play-ins, though. He actually upgrades his playoff position.
Oh, I'm not talking about. Listen, if James Harden had stayed on this team, if they had kept their team, they probably would have made top 7. That's my mindset. They probably would have made it. They're on a trajectory towards it. They were literally the best team in the league for the last. Were they like 17-3 or something?
Crazy.
17-3 went on a roll. They were destroying everything.
What's their loss record right now?
It's 26-8.
They're 26 and no, sorry, how many games? So like, yeah, they've actually won a league. They made a massive comeback. It's just, I think James Harden is like thinking, hey, I got us into this position, winning all these games. Even if we were to win more games, we're probably not changing our playoff standings. No, I'm not even saying they're going to get knocked out the first round, even in the play-ins. I'm not even saying they're going to get that. But it's just so odd that they go, you know what? Even though we're actually not, the season's not over, we're probably still going to be, they're 6 games ahead of the Grizzlies. Probably at least going to be in the postseason. They go, we're going to just tank now.
There's nothing to tank. You can't tank. You don't have a draft pick.
Unless they straight up just lost 6 more games, they would not be in the play-ins. That would be kind of funny. And James Harden left them.
They get nothing for losing.
I don't know, right? Yeah, I just don't get
it. The reason you tank is so you can increase how the quality of your draft pick. That's the reason you tank. They don't have one. They have nothing to tank for. That's what I'm saying. Like, it doesn't make. There's no logical reason they did.
It
They blew
doesn't.
everything up now.
It makes no logical sense other than
They did this
hey,
for James Harden. Unless they're a just genuinely great person, like group, they traded James Harden because it was beneficial to him because they couldn't give him the extension he wanted. That's why they did it.
Yeah, because he was asking for $50 million. He was only guaranteed getting 13. So 50 to 13. You guys are better at mathing. What's like a difference of $37 million, something like that? 33 million, something like that, right? So their organization has always confused me. Getting rid of James Harden. I mean, James Harden is only going to be on a team for so long. You know, he's leaving at some point. And he's always did that with leaving like Nets and Philly and all those different places, right? I mean, James Harden, he increases his playoff standings a little bit, but that doesn't really change much either. Like, yeah, he might have been mad the Clippers and extend him, but the Cavs right now, are they better than the Knicks? I don't know.
I don't think he was mad. I think they genuinely were all on the same page as at this time, and they did right by him. That's what it is. The Zubac thing is the only thing that bothers. It's everything. The combination of everything this season makes zero sense to me.
At least they're not the Kings.
I would rather them be the Kings because at least the Kings know they're bad. The Clippers don't know what they are.
I hate their new logo. I hate that logo they have. Please change that. That's disgusting. But the thing is, does this move may make the Cavs better? Like, I don't.
Yeah, 100%.
It does, but
Darius Garland's been out the entire year.
Does it give them a better chance of beating the Knicks or the Cavs or
Listen, I hate calling people playoff chokers. I really hate doing it because I think that's overused. But what happened to James Harden last year? What happened to him? Game 7 against the Warriors. Yep. Like he is a prolific choker. Is this the year he puts it together, can actually play his level in playoffs? Maybe.
He's one of the best players regular season wise ever. Playoffs, he is a black man. He disappears like my dad. He just gone. Just doesn't exist. But the thing is, are the Cavaliers better than Knicks, Celtics, or the Pistons right now?
They could be now. The Pistons, maybe not. Pistons are genuinely really good.
Celtics, they've kind of ramped it up quite a bit. They started out really slow, really wonky. They got it together. Knicks, the problem with the Knicks is they're not a bad team. It's just like, how would I say this though? They're very bad defensively, which really always hurts them. That hurt them last year too. They were bad defensively, and they're a very sharp shooting team. They're becoming like kind of what the Celtics were in a little bit from what I remember, and it's coming to a point where can they beat these guys? Essentially, your competition is these two, and I would say like these two. The question is, can the Knicks make the finals? If the Knicks may make the finals, do you think they make any changes roster-wise? Do you think they just kind of start picking people off at this point?
The Knicks have already started because they kicked out their coach last season. Not saying I disagree with that. But when you start doing that, you're at the point where you're saying, I don't think we're doing as good as we should be.
I think Mike Brown, he got them their first trophy in 50 years, so he's probably set for a good another 2-3 years being here after winning that, you know. But Karl-Anthony Towns it's so weird. I feel like he could be I feel like he could be potentially one of the better defenders of the league, best defender, but he's just not
athletic enough. That's
why is he taking shots like he's Iguodala or something? This guy,
I mean, he's arguably the best. The problem with it is that the reason that I think they're actually struggling a little bit this year is that they've asked him to do a little more than I think that he's not the person they've asked him to do.
Open shots. Why is he doing? If Karl-Anthony Towns is doing 3-point shots, you know that game is over.
Well, no, Karl-Anthony Towns is the best 3-point shooting center of all time. That's why he's doing it.
Yeah.
Like, I don't disagree with him doing it. What I disagree with is the fact
he's shooting when there's nobody under the basket defending that. He's wild. That's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, his numbers are down all around the year.
Yeah, he can actually go toe-to-toe with Wembanyama when they play, too. That's their best chance against the Spurs if they were to face in the finals. But if Josh Hart, he's... Like, their team is not bad. They have a bad team. It's just, it's just so weird when they lose because you feel like they should be winning way more games than they're losing. That's where I'm because Jalen Brunson, he had said that they had that meeting because remember how they went like 2-9 after the NBA Cup, and he said they had that meeting. What do you think happened in that meeting? Because they started playing way better after that meeting. Do you think they started all like chimping out?
I mean, at the end of the day, they probably blamed somebody. Did they blame themselves?
Tyler Kolek. They blamed Tyler Kolek, probably.
They definitely blamed Karl Anthony Towns. I have no doubt about that. It's what it is. His numbers are down all around the year. His numbers are all around the year. He's been a historically great three-point shooting center. I think it's a coaching problem. Their schemes are a little different because he's asked to play differently than he used to be able to. And whether or not that's beneficial for the team.
You think that Mike Brown's way of using him hasn't been as effective as Tibbs?
Yeah, I mean, in specific terms for Karl Anthony Towns, yes, I agree. I think so. The rest of the team, I think they look a little better. I think that's the mindset the team should have. But the problem is that they shouldn't have traded Julius Randle. To be honest, Julius Randle made you got rid of if you're not going to use him for spacing, which you can't do anymore because of the way you're playing him, you keep Julius Randle, who's better at driving to the paint. Mm-hmm. That's I don't understand it. I don't understand it at all.
They're really good offensively. It's just the defense has kind of suffered this year, and I do feel like they don't take as many. Well, what's the thing where you have it open shots, not threes? Where you take the open shots constantly. They're not really good at that. They're very good at just being a fast offensive 3-point shooting team, and that can be exploited very easily when you don't have good defense. The Pistons is just full of black dudes who are just angry. This is literally angry black dude team.
Angry black dude team.
I can't. If they win, I'm about to hang. I'm about to just end it all. Honestly, I can't. I will say, guys. The Charlotte Hornets are on a 9-game winning. This is the best winning streak they've had since 99 or something like that. Absolutely insane. So,
well, they're not on the winning streak anymore, but yeah,
that was because
they're good. They're good this year. They got Concanopoulos, which is one of the best rookies of all time. He's probably a top 7
rookie.
As
good as the rookie on the Mavericks. That I forgot his name.
He's pretty good. But that Cooper Flag is incredible.
Yeah.
Cooper Flag is arguably the best teenager of all time.
Who's going to get rookie? Concanopoulos or...
Oh, it's not even... It's Cooper Flag for sure.
But
Cooper Flag is just a... Look at his numbers.
I want to point out to people, when certain teams are not doing good, I'm not saying this is always the case. I'm not excusing being bad just for the sake of being bad. There's a good chance that some of those best players are out. Like some of these teams, a lot of their better players were out. Like the Hornets got better because their better players came back. And come on, their games weren't always bad. Like, if you look at I'm going after the season 4, I was looking at their games this season, they weren't really getting blown out constantly. Like, someone's record could look bad, but if you actually watch the games, some of it doesn't look that bad, honestly. Like, most of the games they were kind of losing because they were just not good clutch-wise. And that could happen with a lot of teams. The Pacers are bad because they suck. They're actually just bad. How in the world the Knicks could lose to them and for some reason still lose to this team is deplorable. The Wizards got Anthony Davis, and he's like, I'm sitting out the rest of the season. He should. You're 4-30. You're 14-39. You should sit out.
No. They're sitting out because they were going to make him regardless. The Wizards are tanking. The Wizards are trying to get the number 1 over the pick because they want. This is a historical draft. There's 3 really good players.
Why is Michael Porter Jr. still on the Nets? It's just absolutely disgusting. Why is he still there? Can he just leave? Leave and go somewhere better. Can you do better for yourself? You don't have to sit there. You could leave. You ask for a trade. Come on, guys. Also in the NBA, you can ask for a trade, but they don't have to do it. It's just, I imagine these players have asked for trades. They just don't do it because if Michael Porter Jr. leaves, who the fuck do the Nets have? No one. They would just look even worse. Because come on, a lot of these orgs, they don't have any. You think most of these guys are going to have a future for some of this shit too, right?
What do you mean?
Like, I believe the reason why a lot of these teams are tanking is because they don't really have a future. Like, who's your next up-and-coming player that you're trying to build around?
When you tank, it's because you're trying to get the future. I understand it. The Kings have nobody. The problem with the Kings is the Kings are playing their team.
You don't have because they don't have injuries. They have their full team.
They're playing players. Those 4 players.
I don't think LaVine is that bad. I think LaVine is fine.
Domantas Sabonis, DeMar, Zach LaVine, Russell Westbrook. They're all good. Keegan Murray's not that bad either. Yeah, the problem is they're not a team. This is not a team that should be playing together. I'm sorry, it shouldn't.
I watched some of the games. It doesn't feel like they're truly disgustingly awful. It's just it doesn't feel like they don't really mesh very well together. That's what it feels like to me. I could be wrong, but I'm usually never wrong, so that's how it works around here. I'm usually God, actually.
Yeah, I fully agree. I mean, it's just what it is. Sometimes you get teams that like, how did this even get put together? You question that. How did you put a team like this together?
You see, they were just giving out the Sacramento Kings all season tickets for free. What the fuck? They were just giving them away at their stadium. Like, and then they're kicking out fans because fans were making fun of Westbrook. It's like, oh my god, dude's getting paid buttloads of money. This is Westbrook. Like, guys, Westbrook didn't have a team after what happened with the Nuggets last year. He didn't have a team. They just grabbed him for I don't know what reason. Honestly, there wasn't probably a reason. Who knows? Actually, any other team you wanted to go over?
Any other team? I mean, obviously the Thunder no longer have the best record in the league.
That's true. Yeah, but that was gone weeks ago. Yeah.
No, they don't have the best record. They're not even the number one seed in the league right now.
Oh, you're right. The Pistons.
Yeah, look, the Pistons have a better record now.
They do,
which is huge. Yeah,
yeah.
They're very good. Great. They're a very good team. We got.
Do you think the Spurs are better than the Thunder? Because I like the Spurs do have the Thunder's number when they play. It is very.
The Thunder's gonna. The Rockets are gonna be very interesting in the coming future.
Oh yeah. Hey, you guys!
I'm curious.
You guys always say black people are sweet, innocent angels that can do no wrong.
I've never said those words in my life.
Those are not you. Those are you guys always tell me. Black people don't do no wrong. I don't do nothing. All right, okay.
You are actually racist.
Kevin Durant, I don't do nothing. It's like, come on, guys. Black people are the most petty, most racist people on this planet, actually. But yeah, apparently, Kevin Durant allegedly might be making
not alleged anymore.
Might be up to his old Kevin Durant ways.
If you look, I'll actually link for this when you want to what's it called. But if you look at the Deep 3 podcast, they actually have insider information, and they've known about the what's it called for a long time apparently.
I do want to be fair to here. There's probably a lot of other players doing this too, and I don't think it's just him. I do think Dylan Brooks would definitely be doing this, given his personality. I've seen this guy on show. I like Dylan Brooks, but he did not kind of scream to me a guy that wouldn't do this either. But the Suns are weird. Did you see that game with the Warriors against the Suns where they made that run? Oh my god. Woof. That was a crazy game. How are you feeling about the Lakers?
The Lakers? I mean, I think they're way better now that Austin Reeves is back.
Yeah.
People were saying we were done for a bit for the entire season because Austin Reeves was on. That's the reason it looked like that.
I mean, Luka's gone too now. Ankle injury, I think. He's gonna be out for a few more weeks or 3 more weeks. I think he's gonna not play until the playoffs, actually. Potentially. Luka? I mean, maybe. No. It's too far away. He'll probably be back. I think he's gone for what I heard.
They can't afford to not have him in because they're not secured getting into the actual playoffs. They could easily fall out.
Yeah. The West is competitive. I mean, LeBron I think he's played a lot more consistent in these latter games. I do think he has. He started out really inconsistent. He did play a lot better up till now. There's still a lot of misses there, but I think he's been a lot more consistent. DeAndre Ayton's such a weird player. I don't even know how to judge this guy most of the time. Austin Reeves did coming back make the team better. Luka's out right now. Marcus Smart and Rui Hachimura, I think the problem with the Lakers is that they have a very big shooting problem. Like, I think, what was the stat? Like, teams don't really challenge them in the key. They just if they take shots in close range proximity, they always don't do well with that. But if they take shots in the 3-point range, then they're a lot better at that. So they're just teams are just kind of letting them just make threes or potentially.
They're letting them shoot because they can't shoot. But the one thing I will say is that we got what's his name? We got what is that dude's name? No, we got what is this
Oh,
dude's name?
the guy from the Hawks, who was one of the best 3-point shooters.
Scroll down. He should be down farther.
Luke Kennard. Luke Kennard.
Luke Kennard. Yeah, Luke Kennard. We got Luke Kennard. Very good. Very good player, obviously.
I think that was actually a very smart pickup. I was actually happy about that one. That's not bad.
He shoots very well. I do appreciate him doing this.
I mean, you still have.
He has the highest 3-point percentage in the entire league right now.
But keep in mind,
he makes half of them.
If they're not gonna challenge him on it, he's like 95% always gonna make him then.
Well, he's gonna hit 50%, but I mean it's probably more than 50%. But he is going to be the make or break for our team right now, whether or not he can actually do something. That's the big question mark is what's it called? Whether or not he can actually consistently do that. If he can do that, that opens up the space for us to drive to the paint, which means that DeAndre Ayton's going to get more shots. Obviously, Luka Doncic is going to get open more. It's just going to help out the team. But that's the thing we've missed for the past 5 seasons. We didn't have somebody shooting threes.
Well, I know you've watched. I don't know if you watch NBA on ESPN or Inside the NBA still, but do you? Because they're always doing videos about like can the Lakers make a run and all that stuff. I'm not going to set myself up for that. I think
we're we have an okay chance. I don't know if we're going to listen. The Rockets might implode, so we might pass them. We might pass, like
you're relying on another team imploding. Okay, that gives you a 4th.
But the Nuggets, the Spurs, and the Thunder, those are hard teams to beat.
Oh, yeah. And keep in mind, since the Lakers are most likely going to be either the 4th seed or the 5th seed, you're gonna probably end up playing up against one of these 3. Because typically the lower the seed are, the higher seed you get to play. Yikes! Good lord, that's I'm thinking like max 2nd playoff round exit, max. I'm not setting myself up. I knew last year they were going to lose the 1st round after I saw that first game against the Timberwolves.
I am when it comes to my fan base, when it comes to cheering for people I support, I always think they're going to win. There's nothing you can convince me of that the Lakers aren't winning this year until it doesn't happen.
But beside logic and reasoning?
Oh, I don't use that for sports when it comes to my teams. I'm very much aware of that, but I'm not going to change that. Lakers are winning it all this year.
Well, if that happens, then I'll have sex with a girl.
I don't think you
will. Good lord.
It's like giving a stupid blowhorn to a child, giving you a soundboard.
Thank you. Come again.
You what? All right. But yes, I know people have said, because even Chaz asked me this, do you watch baseball? I will say this. I haven't watched baseball in years. Last time I watched baseball somewhat consistently was like 2021. That was like when the Dodgers had like Clayton Kershaw. Like the last
we're the best. I mean, we're just the greatest team in the league 2 years in a row. It's great.
Yeah, I heard the Dodgers have won 2 years straight. I heard they had that one Asian guy who people are saying
Shohei Ohtani.
Yeah, people are saying he's like the newest like next big thing, which is awesome. I think all sports.
He's a pitcher that is one of the best hitters in the league as well. That doesn't happen.
Isn't that's actually an uncommon thing? Is it?
It's literally never happened. Besides, it has happened, but it's been a long time. Babe Ruth is like the last person similar to him. There's been other players that have done it, but not to this extent.
Good lord. So do you think I know how to hit balls good?
I think you don't.
I thought you were fun.
Even if you were gay, you'd still only get your balls.
I have sex with many women. It just happens that way, you know?
Oh, I believe you.
Give me 1 sec. Because I don't really watch. Yeah, I only really watch like NBA and NFL really much. Because, adding more to that stuff is just, good lord. That's not a time of the day, guys. I got to watch a bunch of league games. I got to watch a bunch of NBA games for these shows. Then I got to watch movies and stuff. And I got to throw anime in there again at some point because I got to make time for it. But it's like, good lord. Adding another sport is just not in the cards right now. That's a lot of games to watch. How many NBA games I'm watching usually for some of these shows? A lot of them. I'll tell you that right now. So, and keep in mind, you have to because you know about these players and teams like that. Do you think Wembyana could be the face of the league?
I mean, people are going to say that it needs to be American, but I don't know if that's the case for us. It kind of feels like it is for us because, like, you don't want your sport to be, oh, look at this French guy, but at the same time,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
becoming international. It's not as much of an American sport as it used to be. It is an international sport. It's getting massive. It's the biggest sport inside of China, the single biggest sport, which is incredible.
You know what's crazy? China is very huge in mobile league.
I'm
Not
aware of
mobile
that.
league. Oh my god.
Mobile everything.
Yeah. Mobile
Yeah,
legends.
I
Not
know. I know what it is. I've
yeah,
seen it.
I can't I forgot the name, but good lord, China's crazy with stuff. I would say, oh, I know the Dark Knight Returns had a anniversary yesterday. Just want to point out, Dark Knight Returns was released in March. Just want to point that out. I don't know why publications were saying yesterday it was released in February. That's just wrong. But The Dark Knight Returns is a very good Batman story. You can watch The Dark Knight Returns Part 1 on YouTube right now, free with ads. Actually, you can watch all those DC movies on right now, free with ads on YouTube. Those movies, God, Batman Under the Red Hood and Batman Mask of the Phantasm, those are so good. The Dark Knight Returns, I did like that. Part 1. Part 2, I think I like Part 2 as much. It depends. I think I like them both, actually. Yeah, man. It kind of sucks. We're not going to get those DC animated movies like we used to. I'm just kind of used to them coming out. Ever since I was like a little kid, they would always just have a random one come out. At least one a year would come out. Now we're not going to get that again. It's just so odd not to have these things anymore. Are you
Hello.
gonna watch Avengers Doomsday? I think someone asked me
I
that.
think
I
I'm
think WC
probably
asked me to
going
ask you
to.
that.
I think I'm probably going to. Yeah. I
Who
don't
knows?
usually watch it, but I mean, I might as well.
Are you gonna watch Spider-Man Brand New Day?
I didn't even, honestly, I'm gonna be real with you. I didn't even know that was existing.
Hi.
So I don't keep up on movies like that. Like, because I
Well,
don't watch like regular TV, so I don't see commercials.
so Brand New Day comes out in I think in June, and then Doomsday comes out in December.
I mean, I'll watch it. I've been
Why don't
getting
they
more into movies
cast?
again.
Why don't they cast Sydney Sweeney to
I
be
don't
Black
actually
Cat?
like Sydney Sweeney, to be honest with you.
Why can't she be Black Cat though? That'd be awesome.
Isn't it like I just don't, I don't know. I mean, it's up to you, man.
You don't like women
Whatever
for
you
some
think.
reason.
I don't like blonde women. I never have.
Hmm. Yeah, I mean,
I like,
I know
yeah,
people have said like they're looking
you
forward
don't
to
know.
what DC's doing over Marvel. I don't know. I
Think
mean,
so?
James Gunn's Superman was it's not that it's weird. I thought it was okay. Like I liked aspects of it. I thought it was okay. I think to me, best modern version of Superman live action wise was just Superman and Lois. I don't think anything's beating that anytime soon. You know, because I wanted to love James Gunn's Superman. That did not happen. There's good things and bad things. I'll just say that we should. I have to make a trip to the comic book shop eventually. Like in
Which one?
IRL. No, not this week. I'll just get my pull list on Friday when I get paid. But
I said which one. I didn't say when.
when? I don't know honestly. I think they're in Victorville, right?
I said which one, and you've said
I
when
don't.
3 times.
No. I don't know which ones are in Victorville for us to go to. That's the thing.
Yeah, you're gonna have to. I mean, I could help you look it up, but I didn't know you
Victor,
still went to comic book shops.
I mean, to be fair, it would actually be cheaper getting the books from a store than buying them online.
Is that true anymore?
Yeah, because if you add up books in a pull, to be fair, to be completely fair, it wouldn't be as I pile them up. I buy them every 2 weeks because it's just easier that way. So that's 2 weeks worth of books pulled, but it is technically cheaper if you were to go and get them. Because every week, if you were to buy them, it wouldn't be as much because that would only amount to like $30 max. Well, it depends on how many books I'm out that week that I want to pick up.
You know what I really want to see? I really want to see a crossover between Invincible and Powderpuff Girls. I actually think Bubbles might be able to solo the entire universe.
That's Dynamite and Image. Could happen. Dynamite owns Powerpuff Girl licensing
right
now. Yeah.
Oh, do you remember do you remember the older Powderpuff Girls they tried to do? Am I still calling?
No. Dynamite right now. They're doing the Powerpuff Girls series. It's the one where they're little. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought they did an older one, and there was a fourth one.
Did they?
Yeah, there's a fourth one that was black or something like that.
Okay, so I don't know if this shop does new, because keep in mind, some of these shops in Victorville, I don't know if they do new comic books or they just do older stuff. Because there's three. There's Anime Aegis, which is on Bear Valley Road, and then you have Comic Cult. I've been there in Hesperia. I actually have been there before. And then there's Line Breakers. So not this week, but the next week. Do you want to? We'll just make a trip out there and I'll
We
see what
can.
happens. Yeah, because it is cheaper sometimes doing it that way. It also makes things way easier to keep track of things too. Good lord, because like if I didn't get a book that week, I could just be at the shoppers, go out and get it if I wanted to. But no, this week I don't even need to do it this week. I'll just get it the way it is right now. Absolute guys, believe in the hype of Absolute Batman. It is good. I do.
Did you see that one? Do you know who Dean the Great is?
Dean, the white guy?
Dean the Great?
Oh, I thought you meant that white progressive weirdo.
No. Dean the Great is a streamer. You should look this up on one of your other streams. He has been getting beat up nonstop because he keeps he flirted with one guy's wife.
Oh,
he smacked him. Yep.
I saw that.
And then 2 days later, he went up to Rampage Jackson's manager and started talking trash to him, and he got knocked out. You haven't seen it yet?
If it's the video that I'm thinking about, I'm pretty sure I saw that this morning.
No, you saw the slap. I'm saying, did you see the second one?
I saw him getting choked out. I saw someone getting choked out, but probably was him, right?
I don't remember if he got. I remember he got knocked out by a punch.
What is wrong with people on Kick? These people are weird. Did you see the stuff with Clavicular?
What?
Did you see the stuff with Clavicular? Have you been noticing what's been going on with him recently?
Clavicular?
You don't know the guy that mogs and looks Max?
I don't even know what you just said to me.
What? That's crazy. He's like the biggest guy on Kick right now. That's next to like Aiden Ross. But I don't really watch Aiden Ross like that.
I don't watch Kick. I think Kick is full of a bunch of dweebs. There are a bunch of people that are like, yeah, I'm gonna talk about killing you, and then they just call you slurs.
So what's your opinion about Michael Jordan?
Oh no.
Oh no. All right, guys. Marlon Wayne says they're gonna make White Chicks 2. It's time. Yeah, I'm making White Chicks 2. Just you don't need to. It's fine. Just leave movies the way they are sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes some movies don't need a sequel.
Not in this climate. There's no way.
It's not even the climate. It's just not a movie like that. It's not a movie that's meant to be.
Yeah, something's just like nice one and done. Oh, speaking about horror movies, I watched Send Help from Sam Raimi. That was a thriller horror. That was actually pretty good.
Oh, let me see when that horror movie's coming out, because I was planning on what. You know the one I've been talking about for like a long time?
What is A24?
Yeah. I'm excited for that one.
Because you said you wanted to review horror movies. It depends on which. Okay. This one might sound bad. Do you want to review Heart Eyes?
Which one is Heart Eyes?
It looks like it's right up your alley.
It kind of is because these ratings. I really, really like bad horror movies.
This is getting a sequel coming up very soon.
Romantic comedy slasher.
It's directed by Josh Rubin.
Yeah, I wouldn't be against it. I really like these bad movies.
So next Tuesday morning we should. It depends. Okay, so I need to see what I'm doing. I don't know when you're free anymore. You're never free with anything, honestly. So,
Josh Rubin, I know this guy from something.
He directed The Creep Tapes, A Wounded Fawn, Scare Me, Werewolves Within. He's done a lot of stuff. Good lord.
Oh, he's from College Humor. I knew his face.
Are you looking at men's faces?
No, it's College Humor. He's a YouTube star.
Oh,
that's where he got big at. That's where he came from. I knew that face from something. He was remember College Humor back in the day. He was the original guy. You don't remember College Humor, do you?
I vaguely do.
Yeah.
It's a very old internet thing. I remember.
It is a very old internet thing. He was the guy. He was that
That's
was I didn't
crazy.
realize. I knew his face when I saw it. I just couldn't tell what it was initially.
Okay, so what's today? Today's Wednesday. So let's just we'll just review Heart Eyes Wednesday morning next week then.
Okay. So, is it in theaters right now, or what is it?
No, just watch it on Netflix.
Okay.
Or watch it anywhere. I'm gonna cheat to watch. I don't care where I watch it. So let me see. Let me make sure I put it down. So Tuesday night, I'll make sure I book to watch that after I get done with the show with Chaz. So yeah, I want to just review some of these horror movies because he doesn't want to review shark movies or anything. That's okay. It's fine.
I mean, shark movies just aren't really that interesting.
One on Netflix was really big. Apparently, it was very, very. We'll do that one after
Okay.
Hard Eyes. So we'll review Hard. So we'll do like what time did we start doing this? It was like 7. We'll do it like early morning next Wednesday because I gotta go to the shop next week too. Or no, yeah, I can go to the shop next week. Yeah, I have to see what's gonna go with that. All right, so I have to head out a little bit here. So, do you have anything planned coming? Do you like to let the audience know about? Are you working on that book? Because I know you were dropping that you were dropping chapters for your book. Are you still doing that? Or you just
I actually, like I said, I'm rewriting it. I told you this already. I'm rewriting it from the format. People said you just need to write it like a regular book.
Are you retconning things?
Well, I mean, I'm rewriting it from script format. Do you not remember what the book was like?
So you are Marvel and DC. Everyone becomes Marvel and DC eventually when they start.
Well, another thing is, I'm not technically supposed to release the entire book online like that because
you're right. Yeah.
Well, publishers are less likely to pick it up, so I can't fully. I released it to try and get traction, but I didn't release the whole story.
I'd release like the first 3 chapters.
I'm releasing it. I'm going to release the new version of it too, to try and gain an audience because the old version obviously only got me like 12 people. Or it was probably closer to 20.
Just 12 people.
It was probably closer to 20.
God.
It's hard to get people on books, dude.
I told you that. Remember, I said it's hard getting people interested in.
Well, no, because
really hard.
The problem is that I tried to do a niche format. The script format didn't work for me. My book reviewers kept saying not to just switch it, but it was so much work to do that I just really didn't want to. But I've decided to do it.
Okay. But the book physically probably not going to be out until like next year, right?
I'd like to do it this year if I can. Once I'm gonna be finished with I'm out of 25 out of 30 of rewriting it right now. So once it's rewritten, I'm gonna go through it once, maybe twice, which should take me a few months at the most. And hopefully by then it's good. That's what I'm hoping for. The next few months is what I'm hoping for.
Because I think books, like there is a guy on Facebook that I think was going to be on the show at some point. I think for some reason, he's been trying to ask people to review his book. He's gonna
give it to me.
He was gonna trade. He wanted to like trade reviews for reading his book or whatever.
Dude, I will always read. I actually do that literally every day.
I'll
send me his book whenever you get the chance, and I will read it.
You have Facebook. I'm pretty sure you could. Let me change this episode name right now on this show, really quick. Not this one.
Yeah, I know. I actually just sent it to you. Have my mom's Facebook. Just send it to her, and I'll get it through her.
Yeah, he's been asking people to throw him reviews. Like when people say reviews, I don't know if they're gonna be that kind of author where they get really mad.
Oh, I'm gonna do it anyways. I mean, that's how I've always done that. I've got a few people mad at me, but that's just how I am. I tell them, I compliment them, I tell them what they need to work on.
Yeah, me too. Yeah,
that's how I do it. I do it in a way that's like, I like this part of your book. You should do this. I'm always willing to review people's books. Though.
And for me, people know me, like as we do like long form content here. I am just not the guy to give you short form. I can't, because for me personally, if I do that, I feel like I didn't convey my thoughts good enough. And then in the back of my head, I'm thinking like, I kind of felt way more about this. Like I can't feel satisfied doing that. For me, I get it. You're not supposed to do that in this kind of climate and landscape. It's all short form stuff. for me, this is always how I've been. I have to be able to voice my thoughts about all the intricate things that I was thinking about when I watch something. If I can't do that, then I feel like I just failed at it constantly. Like people's like, but this guy gave me a bad review. People should be lucky you get reviews in general. You know how hard it is to get people to be interested in anything you're doing and this stuff. Like whether you're a content creator, author, any of this stuff, it's very hard to get people to. I'm saying not always take everything, but like understand that if someone is taking out the time to at least do it, at least understand that there's some level of like.
Well, it's the big problem is people. It's when you've devoted, because it takes a lot of work to write a book. When you've devoted this much time to trying to write a book, and somebody comes out and says stuff that you obviously really that kind of destroys your mentality of what you thought, how good you thought you wrote. After thousands upon thousands, because it takes time to write. When they do that to you, you just kind of lose motivation sometimes. That's why they tend to lash out. I understand it. I understand why people do it. Just
the America's Cup.
Oof. What's up?
They announced the America's Cup. So basically, this is what they're doing for first stand. Actually, not first stand. I think this is just for LCS. I think last thing we'll cover, guys. Here we go, because I need to get ready for that.
Is that first strike?
A first stand.
I thought it.
But this is not first stand. This is the America's Cup they're having with LCS and CBLOL teams.
Oh, I see. Oh yeah, the America Cup. I remember now. I do remember that being said.
Yeah,
the America's Cup or something.
So the America's Cup runs from March 4th through 8th, featuring the second and third place teams from LCS and CBLOL. So these are top three all face each other. So second place third place second, losers bracket, and losers bracket winner. Where's the first place team? What the heck? They said 3, right? Was I wrong? What? Wait a minute. Hold on. The second and third place. Is this? What the fuck? Is this how they're deciding who goes to first stand? What in the world? Does that sound good to people? Wait a minute. Second and third place teams. So it's a tournament with double elimination, no first seeds, and 4. All right. Anything else you got?
Oh, I didn't even know that was what it was.
That's
terrible. There's more to it.
That's so ass. They can't. These people couldn't make a good format if it saved their lives.
I mean, formats are hard to do when there's literally people don't really care specifically about your region. Like in basketball, you can kind of do whatever format you want because we only care about USA. So I understand what's going on over there. I understand.
All right, guys. So we will be reviewing Hard Eyes next Wednesday around 8-9 p.m. PST. That's pretty much it. So thank you guys for checking out this episode of the Cloud9 podcast. Starting season 17. Don't worry, guys. Chaz will still be here. He always does that to me. Black. Ugh, God. Don't you love black people?
No.
Aren't you a huge fan of Sneeko?
I am not. You know that.
Aren't you a huge fan of Cinnabrit?
I'm okay with her.
Good Lord. Why does she have to always throw cake to get viewers? That's crazy.
I don't know anything about cake. What cake?
Yes, none. That's the thing. She got
nothing. That's what you're talking about.
Good Lord. She's such a tryhard for some reason.
Dude, you're a hater of women. You know that? Like, I don't ever hear you trash talk men streamers.
A SVU driver slams into mother and her 2 sons as they walk out out of a preschool in New Jersey. Oh my God.
I don't want to hear about that. Psychopath. What is your feed filled with?
The mothers suffered back and neck injuries. The kid's just being treated for a leg injury. Oh, thank God. Oh, yeah, it didn't hit the... Oh my God, that's so close. How in the world... So the wheel just kind of rammed his leg a little bit. Oh my God. People need to stop drinking and driving. Good Lord. Or sometimes, with Roy's Cafe, apparently someone lost their brakes and ran into the entire building. What in the world? Crazy.
I didn't even know about that part.
No, do you know why it's boarded white like that? It's because there was a guy, he lost control of his brakes with an SUV and it just kind of slammed through the brick wall into the place. The brick wall took most of the impact. That's why it didn't get as bad as it was. Good Lord. But yeah, guys, thank you guys for checking out this episode of the Cloud9 podcast, and we'll see you guys later.